Shocking, terrifying, and some utterly bizarre. Always boggling people's minds are these terrifying cryptids that live among the woods, which, though caught for the tiniest moment, provide enough proof of their existence. So, get ready for a ride in the woodland to capture these beings in their natural habitat. Bigfoot tossing tree. How could this Bigfoot be able to toss a tree like that? Taking a stroll in the woods, things took a terrifying turn when the man spotted a Bigfoot sitting on the trail. Well, it was not only sitting, but the hairy figure was actually preparing to launch a tree in the air. And here it goes. Terrified of the giant animal, though the man could not record it any further, experts, while analyzing the footage, explained that the tree was no less than 3 meters long, and the creature throwing it in the air was no doubt a superhuman, as no ordinary man would be able to make such a big throw with only a slight movement in his arm. And even if it's not a Bigfoot, this has to be a supernatural being that was caught on camera. Georgian Bigfoot. Scared, but still chasing the massive beast, this man is determined to get even a glimpse of the alleged Bigfoot. Vacationing on the Blue Ridge in Georgia and taking a stroll on the trail in daytime, this man heard a large growl coming from the dense forest. Recording the entire time, the man luckily captured the Bigfoot walking among the woods. Running towards the Bigfoot's direction, the man can be heard forcing his fellows to go back inside, as who knows whether the giant animal might attack them. And because the video ends abruptly, what happens next could not be known. Mountain lion versus elks. There is only one end to anything that stands against the mountain lion, which is, well, you're about to know what it is. While grazing on the lush green pastures, these elks had no idea that a predator was slowly moving towards them. And then they all realized that they were in danger. But it was too late to run, as the predator could ambush from anywhere, and they clearly don't have any idea where it was hiding. So they wait till the cougar makes the first move. And here it comes, pouncing straight at the elks from the far right corner. Not capturing the entire attack on camera, the owner revealed that he did find a calf's carcass a few meters away from the site. Bear attacks wolf's den. Though it might be a little disturbing for some of the viewers, that's just how the animals survive in the wild. A man, while setting up his camera, spotted a red fox earth. Taking a look inside, he found wolf cubs staying there in a den. And then the trail camera recorded a bear digging the den to get to the wolf pups. Destroying it speedily, the bear could be seen looking inside for the pups. And just when the bear leaves, the wolf parents could be seen coming back. Terrified of the invader, even after spotting the bear digging the burrow, they did not try to go near it. But, worried for their pups, the wolves came back there again at night, and probably found their dead or half-eaten babies and left. Sasquatch shadow. At one moment it's here, and the second it's gone. What could be this flashing creature caught on camera? With many people believing that it was a mountain lion or probably a bear that was caught on camera, when the video reached the investigators, they revealed that it was no bear or cougar, but actually a baby Sasquatch that was caught, as the super speed and the plausible head appearing on the camera shows that it was a bipedal animal caught on camera. Another similar creature was also caught on the camera, probably digging something off the forest's land. It seemed to have legs and arms just like a supposed Bigfoot. So, was it really a Bigfoot, or do you have any better explanation for the clip? Let me know. Yeti in woods. Captured in Ontario, Canada, this video started a debate on the internet as it shows a horrid figure sneaking out from the bushes in the dark forest. Many claim it's the actual Sasquatch caught on camera, while others called it a hoax. But with its huge dark eyes and terrifying features, when the video came to the investigators, they were easily convinced and stated that it is so far the most persuasive evidence of the Bigfoot's existence caught on camera, as the frightening features did not look like the work of a human. But let me know what you guys think. Is it a zombie, a yeti, or perhaps just a masked man? Biped wolf. Driving near a forest after midnight, already scared of the Bigfoot's tales, the driver had to pull the brakes immediately as he spotted something strange. No, not a yeti, but this time he caught a wolf walking on its hind legs. But wait a moment, is that really a wolf? With its skinny arms, weird paws, and hard-to-spot ears, it doesn't really look like a canine, but it does have the furry skin of a wolf. So, really a wolf or some other creature? Let us know your views on the strange wolf picture. Alien in woods. Camping solo in the dark forest never ends well, does it? Well, it didn't for at least this guy, who heard sounds of leaves rustling near his tent. Spooked at the noises, he decided to investigate his surroundings, and then, taking out his camera alongside him, he started recording. Not knowing anything at first, it was after a few minutes had passed on his search when he spotted the bizarre figure. Standing still right in front of him, the figure, or apparently the alien, did not have any eyes or even a single feature to determine its kind, except the human body structure, which too did not tell much about the cryptid's identity. Hiding figure. This YouTuber decided to visit the woods in central Virginia and record the Bigfoot's evidence. So, setting up a camera, he started running along the trees to let the brute appear. But returned disappointed, as he did not capture any such creature. Well, at least, that's what he thought. As when he uploaded the video, the comment section flooded with people telling him that the creature is right there, in the forest. But it did not make a clear appearance, as it keeps poking out from trees and hiding quickly, making sure that no one spots it. And reveals that there is somebody present in the woods, and people did hear some light growls too. Sasquatch on road. Passing through the bumpy road, the car stopped suddenly in the middle of the forest track. Figuring out a way to get out of the forest, it was when the driver turned on the headlights that he spotted the shadowy figure quickly crossing the road. Tall height and the bushy body that would perfectly match the Bigfoot's description, the thing which triggered viewers the most was that it was not an actual creature, but just a shadow. So, what really was it? While the people were trying to find out the truth about the previous one, another one was also caught on the dashcam, which left the researchers as well as the people startled. Intruder alert. Recording the bald eagle's nest, the camera caught an unsettling event. The mother eagle can be seen incubating the eggs at the start, and then flying off the nest for a small moment, and when she comes back, there's another one that comes along with her. Sitting on the eggs, though the female cracks the predator's intentions, she waits till the first move, but keeps warning the eagle verbally. Not ready to leave empty-handed, the male eagle comes a little forward, and just when he was about to pounce at the sitting one, she jumps right towards him and makes him fall off the tree. And then, inspecting the surroundings, she makes sure her eggs are still safe. Bobcat hunts deer. This deer hunter was surprised to spot another one in his backyard camera. A man from Pulaski County shares footage of the bobcat attacking a doe at night. But the thing which shocked him was the size of the cat, as it was way smaller than the doe. Sadly, not a video, but the man shares a series of pictures showing the incredible attack. Here is the deer on the ground, and that's when the ambush predator makes his first move. And at last, a strong bite on the neck, and here it is, the miserable end of the poor fawn. Striking and striking really hard. Here, see how it takes down the venomous rattlesnake with only its paws. Coyote and deer. An injured buck could be seen standing in front of the trail camera, and behind it, there were two small but extremely hungry coyotes waiting for the buck to pass out so they could enjoy their meal. And though awake, it feels like the buck has lost all his hopes for life, as it does not fight with the coyotes approaching it. But it does not always end with the coyotes winning the fight. Like here, when the mama deer realized that a bush wolf had been following her fawns. She stands in front of the camera, gathers her two fawns, and goes off into the forest. And then, after a few moments, the mama deer was seen again, this time running after the coyote and missing it with some inches to catch it. And later, she was caught circling around a bushy tree, trying to catch the running coyote, though missed it, but yet saved her babies from the predator. Hyena chases wildebeest. Capturing the herd of wildebeest in the safari, the people were given a surprise by the coyote that came rushing towards them. Though the rest of them follow the rule, stick to the herd, one of them can be seen separating. And taking advantage, the predator started following it, even though taking it a little far. The coyote was still struggling to catch it. Playing the run and chase game for some time, they were both spotted again, but the wildebeest was caught fighting the predator off. But, tired of the chase, the animal met his fate at last. Running predator. Driving near an abandoned town, a man spotted this scary animal walking ahead of his car. Not recognizing it at first, he thought that he had spotted a creature straight from the other world because of its half-bushy body and the scary-looking figure in the dark. And it was when he flashed a light over it that the man realized it was not something creepy, but he had actually spotted a hyena that was looking horrid due to no light present in the area. And the creepy thing coming out of its mouth is the half of a body of a wild animal, most probably a deer, or perhaps a zebra. Wood chase. Long gone are the days when the mountain lion didn't used to interact with people, because now they are often seen encountering hunters, and, well, they do chase the hikers too. Like here, when a hiker came across a furious cougar on the trail.
I promise. I'm going away. I'm going away.
Trying and literally begging for the cougar to leave him, the man headed back, but could not look behind him, because that would be an open invitation for the hungry predator, as it was already waiting for an opportunity to attack the man. Though the video ends in the middle of the chase, the man did mention his safe return when he uploaded the video. And here, there was a bear that was caught chasing the cyclist in the forest. Suddenly coming among the woods, the bear rushed toward the cyclist. Though riding fast, the man was surprised by a fallen tree, and then quickly coming to his feet, he ran towards the right side of the woods, and was luckily saved from the attacker. Strange eyes. These sinister eyes caught on a trail cam have got the people on edge, as they've not spotted anything like this before. Relating it with a wild animal, people suggested that these could be the eyes of a wild boar. But here, I've done it for you. These are the eyes of a wild boar, and here are the glowing eyes caught in the forest. Do you think they match? Some believe that it could be the goat man that was caught on camera, a legendary creature that has half the body of a goat and the rest of a human. But these are just assumptions, as nobody knows for certain whose eyes these were. Mysterious stalker. While the deers have been spotted many times and been stalked by demons and extraterrestrial beings, this one was believed to be one such capture, as the deer could be seen standing near to the unknown animal. So, the people called it another demonish creature that was caught on camera, until the researchers revealed that it was not a ghostly creature, but was actually a wolverine that had been stalking the deer, as they are often caught running after them, like here. Though this one was caught at a different location, it will make you understand the picture easily, as the wolverine could be seen running at remarkably high speed while chasing a deer swimming on the lake. Tripod deer. So, this is what happens when a deer comes face to face with a mountain lion. The high jumps, the fast speed. Nothing, literally nothing works on the deer's side when it's attacked by a cougar. Here, when standing in front of the trail camera, the deer was spooked by the predator. But it was too late, as the cougar quickly got his mighty jaws clamped on the deer's neck. And it was game over for the poor deer. And here, a deer was caught with one of his legs missing. So it means that even if it does manage to get rid of a lurking predator, this is the price he has to pay for the escape. This picture was caught in Webster County, Virginia in the year 2021 and has been frightening people ever since then as they try to figure out what it really was. Where some people believe it to be the alleged Bigfoot that was caught on trail cam, there are others who propose another theory, as they say that it's not a Bigfoot, but this time the camera caught the legendary Goat Man lurking in the forest. So, trying to find the truth to this mystery, a group of researchers decided to visit the woods. And surprisingly, on their way, they spotted a massive animal more than 3 meters tall. It was of dark black color and was sitting beside a rock. And even though they captured it, it appeared only for a split second on the camera. It was enough to convince the people of the predator's existence. Lion inside tent. These people were given the shock of their lives when a lion came to visit their tent. Hearing growls of the mighty animal coming from a distance and immediately coming out, they spotted the lion heading towards their tent. So, acting quickly, the group went inside one of the jeeps and saw the lion getting inside the tent house, going through their bags and the rest of the luggage, and spending some time inside the tent. It came out and luckily did not attack the guys, and instead went back into the jungle. Bear versus bear. No carcass laying around and no other visible reason to fight. Then what are these bears fighting over? A man, after setting up his trail camera, was about to leave when 2 bears came his way. Thinking that he was under attack and quickly hiding behind a tree, he was surprised when not him, but the bears were wrestling with each other. And the black bear can be seen struggling to fight off the light bear, but it's failing. And at last, after fighting for some minutes, they both just give up and walk away. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.
What is that? Dude, what is that?
There have been stories of huge predatory monsters walking around for millennia, from the most ferocious wild beasts to the legendary creatures of the dark, while a few rare terrifying and prehistoric leviathans still stalk the earth. Sit back to watch the most shocking series of huge predators that walked on trail cam. Grizzly bear attacked trail camera. This clip should be titled as the most heart-pounding clip, since it's not for the chicken-hearted people. A trail cam installed at an unknown location captured a huge grizzly bear. Apparently, it looked like searching for something to eat, but then it suddenly jumped into the camera. With its massive claws and powerful jaws, it tried to terrify the unknown object and quickly moved back to avoid retaliation from the oppressor. Well, whatever the reason behind it was, the moment it attacked literally shocked me to the core. Wasn't ready for that one. What about you guys? Mysterious giant. Some things on our planet literally exist just to be a mystery, now and forever. Such as this mysterious giant that was filmed in 2001 while the couple was enjoying their vacation in the dense hills of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. They felt some weird movements in the nearby trees, and then from behind one of the thick trunks emerged a huge ape-like creature and marched over a rock, disappearing back into the trees. And then again it was spotted moving behind the bushes. Many think it was Bigfoot, but to me, it might just be some other mysterious cryptid giant that's still trying to hide from human eyes. Monster wolf. Now this is literally some nightmarish stuff. While driving in the middle of a highway, a guy had to stop his car suddenly after seeing someone standing on the side of the road. And then from the snowy dark background appeared a horrific, massive wolf and walked swiftly on the road. But thankfully, the beast showed no interest in the driver and decided to go back where it came from. However, the way that monstrous beast stared with its frightening glowing eyes literally sent a chill down my spine. Deadly fight. Here's another frightening clip of a huge predator whose deadly fight quickly grabbed the attention of millions after it was posted online. Filmed in the woods of northern Saskatchewan, a massive black predator was attempting to hide behind the bushes while setting a goal to attack the dog that was enjoying a day out with its owner. After setting the perfect angle, the monster jumped out and turned out to be a huge wolf who was aiming to tear off the dog. However, the dog managed to strike back and was able to run back to its owner after scaring off the hungry beast. The sleeping beast. Some say Sasquatch is just a myth, but what about this huge hairy beast that was spotted during the daytime? While collecting the data and evidence for more than 5 years, a team of researchers achieved the goal of their lives after they captured a glimpse of the shyest legendary creature. The massive hairy beast was spotted resting among the dense woods of Kentucky in June 2005, which was claimed to be fake by many. However, according to the team, the sleeping beast was actually a female Sasquatch, as they have also claimed to get DNA proof of that Sasquatch's existence. Bulky bear. How huge can a bear be? This much? Or this much? Well, why don't I show you a genuinely massive bear that was captured walking in Minnesota's National Park in March 2022. With chunky curves, bulky figures, and a belly swinging from side to side, the huge black predator was literally struggling to lift its enormous weight on its poor limbs. Since it is uncommon for black bears to put on this much weight, either this bear was coming out of hibernation, or its belly was filled up with fluids due to some disease. What are your thoughts, guys? Because this would probably be the fattest bear captured by a trail cam ever. Massive snow monster. Filmed at Kingman Stone, the highest point in Tennessee, a group of tourists noticed some bizarre movements in the nearby hill. Spying on them while hiding behind the overgrown woods was a black, hairy, Hulk-sized figure. Let's take a closer look. Due to the thick woods, it was impossible to identify the camouflaging figure that was first assumed to be a huge bear, but a lady in this video could be heard saying, "Bigfoot."
Do you see it? Look at it.
So could it be a legendary Bigfoot? Or just another snow monster? Don't forget to share your views below. Bigfoot in North Carolina. Tales of a large ape-like creature lurking in the forest of North Carolina are as common as the polar bears of Antarctica. While retrieving game cameras set up in a wooded area of the country, a Bigfoot enthusiast heard a couple of knocks and loud grunts and took his camera out to record the wild animal. Although it was not easy to identify, a dark shape could be seen sitting there among the trees. At first, he took it for a large gorilla, but the huge primate was never seen before in that area. So, could it be that legendary hairy beast as claimed by the man? Or was it just an illusion? What do you guys think? Sasquatch on trail. Every now and then, we find proof that Sasquatch actually exists. But why does it always attempt to hide? While driving into the deep woods to explore the forest inhabitants, a team of wildlife conservationists spotted a giant, hairy figure walking across the trail that quickly disappeared back into the forest. However, they chased the creature, which turned out to be a hairy, massive humanoid creature. Unfortunately, they could only manage to capture its back footage since the shy beast was in a hurry to escape. Since then, they're still wondering if it was an actual Sasquatch or just a massive bear that was strolling across the trail. Great black creature. A hair-raising trail cam footage posted by an anonymous user shows a large object which has people speculating over whether it's a Bigfoot, a black bear, or any other giant black predator. The odd figure was captured emerging from the dark background, walking through the woods and fading into the darkness. Many people thought it was a real Bigfoot, but for many, it was nothing more than a huge black bear. But the humanoid walk of the biped creature clues folks into the fact that it may be the great legendary beast. Do you guys have any ideas? Bear versus wolves. A video posted in 2019 shows a horrific interaction between a huge grizzly bear with wolves. The bear could be seen standing on a carcass and taking bites of the fresh meat, which was actually a huge elk taken down by a pack of wolves, who, on their return, were surprised to see another huge predator hijacking their kill, and then began a war for the meal. Just an incredible sight to watch, as most bears hibernate in this time of winter. But this bear was fighting over the flesh all alone. After a deadly exchange of paws and claws, wolves moved on, leaving the bear alone with their kill. Intense bear fight. Somewhere in Finland, these two big brown bears were filmed fighting in the middle of the woods. Starting with horrific warning growls, the massive, giant, fluffy beasts put themselves in an intense battle by standing tall on their 2 feet. A fight for territory or a wrestle for copulation? The extremely ferocious fight continued for minutes, and after a terrifying interchange of punching and biting, one tackled another to the ground and made it move backward after leaving it with a huge bite patch on its back. Bigfoot near shelter. After finding a mysterious shelter made from limbs and branches near Crescent Falls, Alberta, Canada, a place that already had a spooky reputation as it provides shelter to a large, upright beast, which was also known to feed on the rotting flesh of huge mammals. A man decided to install a trail camera on a nearby tree to collect some pieces of evidence. After retrieving the footage, he was shocked to find a large, hairy creature roaming behind the shelter at night. Even it was also seen wandering through the woods in broad daylight. Although many declare this footage to be fake, the owner of the video claimed that it was actually a Bigfoot that was spotted lurking near its shed. Spying beast.
Give me the camera.
This strong yet horrific piece of evidence was recorded in Idaho's wilderness, when a couple of hunters were out to put their hands on beautiful antlered bucks. But instead of large bucks, another beast was waiting for them while camouflaging among thick trees. Noticing some weird eyes spying on them, they decided to investigate, and here it was. Hiding its huge body behind the woods was a black, hairy monster, which was staring at them for a very long time. A big bear? But if it was, then why would a bear, instead of chasing them, try to hide? So, could that be a Bigfoot? What do you guys think? Huge ape-like figure. If Bigfoot is really just a mythical creature, then what's this giant hairy figure running behind this terrified person?
What the? Dude, holy shit!
While shooting a film for a school project in 2005 in Prince Edward Island, a group of students accidentally spotted a huge humanoid beast. The large, hairy biped emerged from the dense forest when one of the students was being filmed while running in the tall grass. The huge ape-like creature seemed pretty athletic as it was running at full speed. Although the cameraman ran after it, the creature quickly disappeared to the opposite side of the forest, leaving behind no proof. Smoking elephant. It seems that this giant has also decided to blow off its stress through smoking. 4 years back in southern India, a team of wildlife conservationists filmed something really bizarre that was never ever seen before by anyone. An Asian elephant putting something in its mouth, then blowing out a gust of smoke in the middle of the forest, left everyone baffled by its strange behavior. Stress? Or perhaps just an addiction? Well, according to experts, some animals intake ash-covered charcoal chunks as a form of self-medication to flush out toxins from their body, and this giant might be trying out the same trick by puffing out those smoke plumes. However, they're still also not sure about this theory. Albino beast. To investigate the disturbing noise coming from a backyard at night, a homeowner in Pennsylvania decided to go out with a camera and a flashlight. While walking in the dark woods, he threw light on a tree near which he felt some heavy biped footsteps. And there he saw an eerie, pale humanoid creature with pitch black eyes, yet quickly ran after the flash hit his face. Since it appeared for just a moment, nothing could be stated much about it, but many think it was a rare albino Bigfoot. Take a closer look and help us to identify if it was actually an albino Bigfoot, or perhaps just the technology making hoaxes look realistic. Unidentified hairy beast. Hiding behind the bushes or lurking in the forest, there are so many unknown beasts that have always created a spark on the internet. And now, we have another disturbing piece of evidence that might send cold chills down your spine. Filmed at some undisclosed location, a trail camera shows a brunette, hairy object appearing in the frame. With a long, bushy arm, the beast attempted to cover the camera with leaves as if it was trying to hide its identity. It couldn't be captured for long, as the creature quickly ripped the camera off the tree and went off. When the owner of the video couldn't identify the beast, he decided to post it, as to him, it was definitely not a bear. Pitch black biped. It might be the strongest evidence of a Bigfoot existence, or perhaps another giant beast is waiting to be explored. While surveying somewhere in the woods of Australia, far away from the human settlements, a group of rangers noticed a bizarre, pitched black figure appearing from the undergrowth. Since it was too dark to be a kangaroo, it was thought to be some huge biped creature that was spotted roaming through the dense forest. The alleged Bigfoot sighting, or perhaps some other biped monster? Share your views about it. Huge humanoid. Back in 2008, in the snowshoe mountains of the USA, a hiker came across something really weird that, according to him, he had never witnessed before during 8 years of his hiking adventure. Recorded for just a few seconds, a huge creature could be seen lurking through the woods above one of the hills. Not much else is known about the footage, as the huge humanoid quickly passed through the camera. However, the hiker claimed that it might be the mythical Bigfoot. Do you guys also think the same? Monster Man. While gathering some beautiful memories while cruising in a river, a man was surprised to see a living being on a nearby island. The animal appeared as a large humanoid walking on 2 limbs, just like an ape. The creature couldn't be claimed as an indigenous being, as that island was famous for being an abandoned one for a very long time. So, could we claim it as a Sasquatch sighting? Or perhaps there is some other monster man living on that island? How many of you think it was an elusive Sasquatch sighting? Let us know by commenting below. Bigfoot in swamp. Scientists argue that there's no evidence Bigfoot exists, and many consider it a myth. But a young boy named McCamey has claimed to watch a huge hairy beast that, according to him, was a real Bigfoot. While canoeing in Tampa in January 2005, he managed to capture a massive black creature in the nearby swamp that initially appeared as a huge black bear, but the way it moved through the woods with its long swinging arms didn't match a bear's traits, so the guy was convinced to name the creature a Bigfoot, which was sighted while strolling fearlessly through a gator-infested swamp. Scary encounter. It's not always the unearthly creatures that scare people, but sometimes ordinary creatures can do this for us too, just like this.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
While filming his cycling skills after setting a camera nearby, this 15-year-old boy has no idea about the upcoming danger, as after passing through the camera, he could be seen coming back. Yet this time, he was quite terrified as to avoid something really scary. And then appeared a monster-sized black bear, making its way right toward the boy. However, he worked smartly and started shouting and used his bicycle to look bigger to scare the beast. Luckily, his trick worked, as the bear could be seen running away. Black bears attack. It is extremely rare to capture a predation event of any kind within the small frame of a trap camera, but this wildlife trap recorded the predation of a wild piglet by a young female black bear as she attacked a pack of pigs wallowing in an upland spring. After getting inside the deadly mouth of the bear, the tiny piglet could be heard screaming painfully. The ear-piercing call alerted its mother, who returned to wrench her offspring from the jaws of death. It is unclear whether she was successful in this rescue attempt or not, as in the end, all the animals disappeared from the camera's view. Lion invasion. With so much weird and disturbing wild content on the internet, this would definitely be the scariest one, as it shows a couple of terrified campers who stepped out of their tent and on their way back found a curious lion moving in and out of their only shelter in the wild. While taking refuge inside their car, they managed to film the ferocious predator stealing their stuff and taking it to the jungle. After a few hours of prison, they came out of their car to collect their items that had been scattered all around the golden bushes. Terrifying howl. Here we have another nightmarish clip that literally looks straight out of a horror movie. A trail cam installed somewhere in the Canadian wilderness recorded a wild beast yowling while standing right in front of the camera. The wolves usually howl at night as a social rally call to hunt, or as a territorial expression. But this was for the first time a horrific howl of a wolf filmed on a trail cam. There's nothing much we could say about this video, as the only thing needed is a strong heart to cope with the terrifying call of this wolf. Large gator. A prehistoric predator that literally looks from a different era lit up the internet while it was filmed crossing a trail in a country park in Florida. A video posted in January 2017 shows a 15-foot-long massive alligator sauntering from one marsh to another right in front of the terrified onlookers, who could be seen recording the most unbelievable sight of their lives. According to locals, this monstrous-sized reptile had been residing in that place for decades and has been dubbed Godzilla due to its monster size. Lion attacked camera. They say curiosity kills the cat, but here, this curious big cat is aiming to kill a beetle cam, which it found interesting, and hence proceeded to investigate. A video posted 3 years back in October was filmed by a remote-controlled buggy somewhere in the jungle of Africa and shows a lioness and its cubs. But unfortunately, it quickly grabbed the attention of the cunning feline, who attempted to swallow the cam as it may have mistaken it for some kind of prey. Even several attempts were made by the operator to make a way out for the camera. He couldn't manage to save it from the powerful claws as the camera's battery ran low, and the video ended with a misty fog of the predator's breath on the lens. This terrifying footage was posted in September 2017 and shows a bipedal creature strolling right in front of a trail cam. Some suggest it was a huge black bear, because if you take a closer look, its claws could be seen clearly. but due to its mammoth size and dark, thick, hairy humanoid features, it was suspected to be a legendary Bigfoot. But here, suggestions from you guys matter a lot, so tell us by commenting below what you think of it. A Bigfoot or just a huge black bear? Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again!
From shadows around trail cams and weird creatures appearing while fishing, to two siblings who went missing after a shadow. While a trail cam was at its usual work, something strange happened. A shadow of some creature appeared on the left side, and then it seemed like the creature went away without coming in front of the camera. The shadow remained unidentified, even by the authorities, with some people wondering if it could be Bigfoot, while others suggested it might be a bear or a gorilla. A weird creature. While the man was trying to catch some fish to take home, he saw a weird creature swimming around in the water. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before, so he decided to capture it on camera and show it to others. Upon seeing the footage, people couldn't identify any animal that resembled this creature. The eyes, the skin color, what kind of fish could it be? Or is it the sea monster people have been talking about? Creepy siblings. At first, we see two little kids going somewhere. The fact that it was recorded on a trail cam at a very late hour is in itself pretty creepy. Then we see a weird creature behind the bushes signaling for them to come near. Who were those two kids? Where did they come from? And why did they go near that thing? These are some of the questions everyone asked after watching the clip, but no one provided any answers. A ghost. Out in the woods, two friends were with their dogs when they happened to capture a real ghost while filming their cute little doggo. The ghost boy appears in the top left corner of the screen and then vanishes into thin air in a second. The boys mentioned that they had been going into the woods for quite some time and had never seen anything like that before. Hungry eyes. This motion-activated trail cam was triggered when a bear came nearby, and as the flashlight turned on, the bear's eyes turned into two glowing eyes. The bear seemed pretty annoyed by the light and appeared to be saying something before it went off screen after a few minutes. Regardless of what others say, those two hungry eyes are the most terrifying, especially if it was a person there rather than the camera. Bath time. Eagles are usually caught on camera fighting each other or hunting snakes, or things like that. It is rather unusual to see an eagle enjoying a relaxing bath with no one around. The footage was recorded on a trail camera in 2022, and perhaps the temperature was a little too much for the eagle to deviate from its usual routine and have a nice bath first. Piebald fawn. For those who don't know, piebald deer are deer that have blotches of white coloration on portions of their hide that are usually dark in color, and they are quite rare to encounter in the wild. However, this trail camera succeeded in capturing one in 2021, and the owner was just too happy and excited not to share it online. Of course, he had to let others know about it. An attack on trail camera. This video was recently recorded on May 17, 2023, and showed a creature attacking the trail camera, which was doing nothing to offend that thing so much. When uploaded online, people said that it must be a Sasquatch, as the creature made sure the camera did not catch its face or anything, and kept attacking it from the left side. Turkey vulture rice. Vultures are known for being epic scavengers, but what this trail camera recorded was a little unusual and somewhat terrifying. These two turkey vultures were spotted having a fight, which did not last long, but looked just as deadly as anything can be. With such a short clip, we couldn't get the whole view or any kind of context as to why these two were having a fight. A surprise. A man who set up a trail camera in different places in the woods near his home decided to have a little surprise for all the animals. He put bunny bears everywhere, and then waited until the animals came and had little interactions with the bunnies. The raccoons loved it, porcupines loved it, and even bears loved their gift. They all had cute little interactions with the gift the man had given them. A ghost dog. This 7-second long video shows a girl having fun with her dog, and the guy recording them. But was that a dog that was following her? And was it the same dog that appeared from the right side? This might be the most confusing clip I have ever seen. And yeah, it does look like the dog that was following her at first might be a ghost dog. Or was that a glitch in the Matrix? Goblin cat. Cats come in many different shapes and sizes, but this one truly is very unique and weirder than all others. The long legs and the small face. Is it some kind of disease the cat has, or is it something else? People call it the goblin cat and think that it was a result of some kind of genetic mutation. And considering the things that have been happening these days, anything can be possible. Batman. What will happen if you're going somewhere and you see this sitting on a tree branch right in front of you? Won't you be scared as hell? Well, so were these people who actually saw it. And as soon as the car from which they were recording went near, the creature flew away. Now, I know most of you would say it is fake, but let's say it's not. Wouldn't that be frightening? Alien. This woman was out in the woods when she heard weird noises. Curious, she had to go see what it was. So she turned her camera on and went towards the place the noises were coming from. And that is when this creature appeared from behind the tree. Was it an alien, or was it someone in a weird alien costume? No one could tell, as the video abruptly ended without us reaching any conclusions. Teleportation. Two friends were out at night having a little walk in the neighborhood when they were caught on a nearby CCTV camera. A second passed, and we see one of the friends vanishing from the scene. It happened like in alien movies where the cows get teleported by the aliens. The other friends seemed pretty oblivious to what had just happened, which led us to think that the video might be fake. Still, nothing is for sure. A creepy boy. A couple had been hearing scary noises from the house every night, so they decided to install Ring cameras everywhere. And one night, they recorded this, a creepy doll walking around in the hallway, and then in the bedroom as well. The doll's arms moved in the creepiest way possible, and the video ended with the doll entering the bedroom and kind of sensing the camera. What happened afterward? Nobody knows. Skinwalker. Ever wondered what animals do when no one is looking at them? Well, this huge goat walking in the most terrifying way will answer that for you. It must have thought that no humans were nearby, so it started walking like that, on its back legs, going towards the other goats. It looks like something straight out of hell. What do you guys think? Ghost bike. A bike going on its own when the riders fall off of them in the race is one thing, and a park bike that just decides to change its place while no one else is around is something on another level. And that's exactly what this bike did. It was peacefully standing at a side, but then it looked like the bike got bored and thought it should go stand somewhere else. So it did exactly that. Was it a ghost doing that? Or was it some other factor? Do let me know what you guys think. An unknown being. At first, I thought it was just a large beaver, but then it started moving, and that was just as weird as anything can be. This video was recorded by a man from a very safe distance. It even looked like the creature didn't even notice someone recording it, or maybe it did and just wanted to move away. Still, the fact that the creature didn't attack the man and went on its way is something to be considered here. Something on the road. These men were just having fun on their way home. One of their friends even started walking on his own and didn't sit in the car. But after a minute, they saw him running back towards the car, all terrified. And as the car moved forward, everyone could see why that was. A weird creature sat on the road, crawling creepily towards one side. What was that? No one could tell. Just an animal stuck in a bush or something else. A creature in hiding. Let's say you're sitting in your classroom and you feel that someone is watching you. As you look up, you see these two eyes peeping out. This is exactly what happened to this guy, and these eyes look really scary if you ask me. If I were there, I would have just made a run for it no matter what I was doing. A UFO. What's scarier than a volcanic eruption? A UFO on top of the eruption happening. And this is what this video shows us all. God knows what these aliens are thinking. Or are they hiding something in there? We're not sure. But do let us know what you guys think. 2 ghost buddies. This man was going through the camera's recordings for some purpose, but what he saw there was just too terrifying not to share on the internet. As the minutes pass, we see 2 figures emerging from the right side of the screen. It looked like a big man who was holding the other one, which looked like an animal or something. What exactly were those? No one could tell. All we have is this recording and 100 questions. A merman. Was it a mermaid or a merman? It's pretty confusing because it looked like both, but it's creepy as hell, and there's no confusion in that. It was recorded by a man who uploaded it anonymously, so we're not sure about the origins. But to people who saw it, it looked more like a sea monster or alien than a mermaid. What do you guys think? An unknown critter. Some friends thought it'd be a good idea to go check out an abandoned house, which was also famous for being haunted. Upon going inside, they examined everything, including the pool area and other areas, when they heard creepy noises. As the camera moved towards the direction of the voices, a weird creature came into view, half sitting on the roof. As soon as it spotted the guys, it moved onto the roof, and that's when the men ran out of the house and the video ended. A dragon. If you think dragons only exist in movies, you will find yourself having second thoughts after watching this clip. It shows a huge dragon-like creature flying in the sky. Apparently, it was recorded somewhere in England and left viewers in shock considering its size. Do you think it's real or just a fake? Don't forget to let us know in the comments. Aliens. This video was recorded on a trail camera in 2019 in Brazil. While the man said his camera had never before captured something so strange, it was an alien-like figure that appeared this time on it. The creature looked like it was trying to inspect the camera and what it does. However, some people also claim that the alien was later caught by the authorities, but they never told anyone about it. Someone in the cave. A woman was out there exploring the mountains when she decided to go inside a cave she saw and inspect it thoroughly. A short while after going deeper into the cave, she saw a weird white creature. The figure seemed very odd. It appeared to be scaling the walls or something and did not come near the woman, even though she stood there for a few minutes. What exactly was that? Well, there's no answer to that. A ghost man. This guy, let's call him a mystery man or a superhero, doesn't really matter what you label him because his moves are straight up mind-blowing. He zooms around at super speed, grabs that little girl and whisks her away to safety in just a few seconds. Anyone who watches that video is left dumbfounded by his sudden burst of courage. But before you can even wrap your head around what just went down, the hero's already vanished into thin air, leaving everyone in awe and wondering what the heck just happened. Hellhound. Now let's talk about hellhounds. These supernatural dogs are supposed to guard the gates of hell. Ancient Greece had stories about them, including one about a 3-headed dog named Cerberus. Legend has it that if you look into its eyes 3 times or more, you'll drop dead on the spot. In this video from the TV show Mountain Monsters, they claim to have captured a real-life hellhound. The host interviewed a guy who said he caught the elusive creature on tape. The footage shows a black 4-legged beast. People all over the world are going crazy over it, wondering if this video is legit or not. Billy. You know those mythical creatures called centaurs? They're like humans with a horse's body. Well, check out this newborn goat from Argentina. It has a face that looks human. When the folks in the town saw it, they thought something magical must have been involved in its birth. Some say it's just a weird birth effect, but most people are calling it a real-life centaur. We've seen some bizarre animal videos on the internet, but nothing quite like this goat with a human-like face. Montauk Monster. In July 2008 in New York, 2 friends were out to take a walk along the shore, not knowing what was about to come next. Lying a few feet away was a dead creature that no one had ever seen before. It was the size of a small dog, a beak like a chicken, and a tail again like a dog. It was hairless but had small patches of hair on it. They posted the picture they took later on the internet, and everyone was left shocked with not even a single person giving a logical explanation. No reflection. At first, everything seems normal, but then you'll notice something strange happening. customers start leaving the store one by one. The first person's reflection can be seen in the big mirror on the wall, along with a woman sitting nearby. But when a man in a black suit walks by the mirror, there's no reflection at all. What's going on here? Watch the video and see for yourself. It's a real mystery that'll make you wonder what's really happening. Cyclops. You know that Cyclops from the Hercules movie, right? That big one-eyed dude who helped Zeus kick some Titan butt? Well, guess what? There's an actual one-eyed Cyclops goat in India, and we're all wondering how it's still alive. You'd expect that giant eye to give it supervision compared to the other goats, but sadly, it's just a deformity. The locals even think this goat's eye has some mythical powers, so now they're worshipping it and all. Crazy, huh? A grandpa. This video shows an old man and a young kid walking together. Clearly, the old man is the kid's grandpa. Out of nowhere, a super fast figure zooms towards them, just seconds before a rock comes crashing down right where they were standing. This speedy figure swiftly moves them out of danger. Who or what could this mysterious figure be? Is it a guardian angel or something else entirely? This video leaves us with so many questions and makes us think about all the possibilities. Check it out. A cat. Have you ever seen something that's totally weird and makes no sense? Check out this video I found on a home security camera in Austin, Texas. So there's this cat walking up the path, and when it gets to a spot with light, boom, it just disappears out of nowhere. What in the world could have caused that? Was it some kind of light trick, or did the cat actually vanish? This video is like a peek into the unknown, making us wonder what the heck really happened. A possessed baby. Now get ready for one of the freakiest and most confusing things you'll ever witness. Imagine a baby's room at night. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Well, hold on tight, because things get seriously bizarre. Out of the blue, the baby in the crib decides to climb up the side of the railings. And wait for it. The baby actually bounces on top of the railing for a crazy 22 seconds. It's like a scene from a horror flick. But guess what? It's all caught on a nanny cam. This whole situation is just too strange and creepy. It sends chills down your spine as you watch. A creepy baby. So there's this dad recording his adorable son, just doing his usual playful thing. Everything seems normal until the baby looks away from the mirror and turns towards the camera. And that's when things get a little spooky. When the baby looks into the camera, the reflection in the mirror is slow to catch up. It's like something or someone is messing with the reflection, you know? This video with the delayed reflection is gonna give you the creeps and make you question if what you saw was real. What's your take on what's really happening here? Bigfoot. Okay, so these two kids are out exploring the jungle, right? They got their camera with them and suddenly, boom, they stumble upon something mind-blowing. Guess what? They actually caught footage of Bigfoot wandering around. And let me tell you, this creature is huge. I mean, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. The way it swings its arms is kind of familiar, like a gorilla, but also different. It's like Bigfoot thinks it's alone, you know, like nobody's watching. Baby owls. Let's check out this video of two baby owls that look like they're from another planet. Their big round eyes and strange movements are so captivating. It's like they're taking in everything around them and trying to figure it all out. It's a really cool peek into the lives of these unique creatures, and a reminder that nature always has surprises in store. A creepy cat. Now, there's this video of a cat doing the weirdest things ever. It stands on its back legs, walks to the table, somehow grows bigger, and then just stands there. It's honestly so bizarre, I can't even explain what's happening. Even if you watch it in reverse, it's still super creepy. Check it out for yourself. Magnapinna squid. Have you ever heard of the Magnapinna squid? It's a super mysterious and sneaky creature that hangs out in the deep ocean, especially near the Mariana Trench. What makes it really creepy is its crazy long and skinny arms, which can be 10 times longer than its body. And get this, it even has fins sticking out from its body. So when you put it all together, this squid is basically a nightmare come to life. It's hardly ever been spotted, so scientists don't know much about it. It's like a secret from the deep sea. Night crawlers. Ever heard of these things called night crawlers or soul walkers? They're these creepy yet strangely calming creatures, man. So there's this video from 2011 in California, and it shows these two stick-like figures casually strolling through the woods. You know, it's almost like they're a ghost family. One looks like a baby ghost, and the other might be a ghost mom or dad. It's actually quite peaceful and serene, and I really hope they were able to continue their nighttime wanderings without any disturbances, you know?
There are times when fishermen come across the spookiest, the freakiest, and the strangest things. From weird crawling creatures and dragons to stargazers, sawfishes, and human-like statues, here are things fishermen captured that no one was supposed to see. A sloth. This video was uploaded on the internet a few months back, and as more people watched it, they were all left in shock. A weird creature emerged from the water and was trying to go to the land to catch a breath. To some, it was a mermaid, and to others, it was some alien-like thing. But what exactly was it? Let us tell you, it was a poor little sloth who got into the water and was just trying to get out of it. A strange creature. Even though this thing was found dead on the beach, that does not make it any less terrifying. At first, everyone thought it was just a huge fish which died in the ocean and was washed up by the waves. However, one closer look and they knew it wasn't any ordinary fish. The bulging, horrifying eyes, the weird, hairy, tentacle-like things, and the reptile-like skin all added up to everyone knowing it wasn't what they were thinking. But then what was it? Well, the mystery remains unsolved. An octopus. This massive octopus was caught on camera on a beach. When the people were recording him, he must have gotten annoyed by their presence and thought it better to just escape. And that through such a tiny hole. I've started to think that these octopuses do not belong to Earth. A stargazer. Known for being the terrifying self and the stargazing eyes, this fish is usually found in the depths of the ocean, buried under the sand, peacefully waiting for the prey to come near them by themselves. However, talk and luck, because this fisherman was just on his daily routine, using his fish net to catch as many fish as he can and return back home. But what he actually caught was something he had never expected. A stargazer was found stuck in his net. Now, isn't this the most unusual thing? What do you guys think? A strange fish. What comes to mind when you first see this clip? If you ask me, it looks more like a monkey than a fish, but how exactly is it possible, right? It was caught in Thailand by some fishermen who were shocked to see it just like all of us. This creature, which appeared to have legs and is struggling to get free and get back in the water, could be a batfish too. Don't forget to let us know if you guys have any idea. Dolphin teasing fish. Dolphins are said to be the smartest species living in the ocean, and we can't agree more. There are a number of examples of how smart and playful these beings can be, and one such is this one. This dolphin was seen teasing a seagull, which can be seen sitting nearby. It literally looks like the dolphin is saying, "Look what I have here," and no, you can't have it. But is it really teasing the bird, or is it trying to catch a bigger meal? Well, the question remains unsolved as the video just ended without having us know. A mermaid. Apparently some villagers from Russia caught this weird-looking creature that kind of looked like a shark. The thing was making these really strange squeaky noises, so the fishermen thought it might be an alien or something. They even filmed it with their cell phones to show everyone. The video shows the creature's head, body, and this super long tail. The whole thing weighed almost 100 kilograms. Wild, right? Some of you might agree with us calling this thing a mermaid, while others might say it looks more like an alien than a mermaid. Well, both cases can be true, and both cases can be false. A snapping turtle. There was this guy who was freaking out about his flooded pond and went to check it out. But when he got there, he saw this snapping turtle that was totally stuck and couldn't get out. So being the good guy that he was, he knew he had to help the little dude out. At first, he tried pulling it out with a rope, but that didn't work. So he said screw it and just went for it, pushing and pulling with all his might until finally the turtle was free.
Oh, thank God.
And not only did he save an animal, but he also fixed his pond situation. What a hero. Shark's feeding frenzy. While out in the ocean looking to catch some yellowfin tuna, this fisherman ended up in a pretty terrifying situation: a shark feeding frenzy. Sharks are usually solitary diners, and a feeding frenzy indicates why that might be. It looks like the sharks lose their mind, biting at anything that's in their way in an uncontrollable rage. The boat was surrounded, and it looked like the sea was boiling. Even though he made it out of the situation safely, we said it was not easy at all. Electrofishing. Have you ever heard of electrofishing? It's this crazy, super effective, but also kind of brutal way of fishing. So when the US was dealing with too many silver and bighead carps, they had to use this method to get rid of almost 90% of them. The thing is, electrofishing pretty much leaves no chance for the fish to survive or even try to survive. That's probably why it's banned in a bunch of countries. Like, I get why they had to do it. Damn, that's some intense stuff. An alien. This video was uploaded on YouTube about 11 months ago and was recorded by a man who was walking along the beach as his usual routine when he came across this strange sight. A lifeless body of a creature which looks out of this world lies right there in front of his eyes. He didn't know what this being was, so he thought it better to record and share it with the world. And, well, social media users ran wild with guesses on what the creature could have been. Some thought it was an alien. Others thought it was just a dog whose body somehow got deformed. Still no logical explanation till this day. Weird carcass. Now you won't believe what washed up on Pukahina Beach in the Bay of Plenty in 2013. It was this super weird marine creature that no one could identify. Like, seriously, what the heck was it? It had this massive head and crazy teeth, plus the little flippers that look like they're barely functional. From the looks of it, it was about 9 meters long, but the lower part of the body was all messed up. Maybe from some kind of attack? The whole thing is kind of mysterious and creepy if you ask me. I wonder what other secrets the ocean is hiding. A wriggling thing. In Australia, a man came across this weird creature hiding under the sand on a beach. The creature wasn't completely hidden, so we can tell that there's something. However, due to being covered, it's hard to tell what exactly it is. Being curious, the man tried throwing a stone nearby just to see if the creature responded, but it remained just as oblivious as it was.
Oh, it looks like little poop. Ew.
What was it? Neither we nor the man knows. Human-like fish. In China, a fisherman recently caught a fish that looks like it has a freaking human face. And I'm not kidding, this thing's totally real. Some folks are saying it's just a regular carp with a weird mutation that makes it look like a person, but others are wondering if it could be an entirely new species altogether. So what's your take on it? Could it really just be a carp, or is this something way more mind-blowing? A moose walking on water. Now, if you think you've seen everything on this planet, you are wrong, because this moose is going to show you otherwise. It was recorded by a fisherman on his boat when it was walking oh so casually on the surface of the water. And no, don't ask us if we know how the moose was doing that. Well, sorry to disappoint, but we don't know it either. But what we know is that the moose did a very cool run until it realized it wasn't on the land and eventually fell into the water. Lantern shark. Dude, you won't believe what these fishermen caught on their boat. It's this super freaky creature with a crazy long body and a glow that looks like something out of a horror movie. Turns out it's called a lantern shark, and it's a really rare species that lives way down in the deep parts of the ocean. This little guy's special though. It's got skin that actually lights up like a dang lantern. Plus, get this, it's one of the smallest sharks around, with some only growing to be about 21 inches long. How wild is that? World's largest stingray. These fishermen in a tiny beach town caught a massive stingray. They were super careful as they hauled the beast onto the shore and were totally amazed as they measured and weighed it. But here's the best part. Even though they were stoked about their catch, they didn't want to hurt the stingray or mess up its vibe, so they let it go and sent it back out to the big blue.
Good luck. That was a huge fish. Nice guy.
This whole thing seriously gives me the warm fuzzies. It just goes to show that we gotta respect and take care of all the cool creatures that call the ocean home. These guys are the real deal. A sawfish. A giant sawfish is one of the most unique and peculiar creatures in the ocean. It looks like a cross between a shark and a ray and is sometimes called the carpenter fish. If you've ever seen one, you might be curious about its saw-like snout and how it's used. They're usually very hard to catch or even see, but these men ended up coming across one washed ashore. And they even helped the fish with their bare hands. This might be one of the most heartwarming clips you might come across. Colossal squid. A group of experienced fishermen had a once-in-a-lifetime encounter in the deep sea when they stumbled upon a colossal squid, the largest of its kind. They were lucky enough to make a rare catch and bring the creature up alive. The tension was palpable as they cautiously pulled it towards the surface, fully aware of the importance of keeping it submerged. The crew's focus was on keeping the colossal squid alive and well, captured on camera in all its magnificence as it pulsated with life. Keeping this giant of the sea alive was a challenge, but the stakes were high and the fishermen were determined to succeed. Shark versus alligator. We all know that alligators and sharks are two of the gnarliest creatures on the planet. I mean, they're basically death machines, right? But have you ever thought about what would happen if these two wild animals went head-to-head? Well, some tourists in South Carolina found out firsthand when they were trying to feed an alligator and a shark popped up and started messing with the gator. The gator didn't get hurt or anything, but let's just say it was definitely freaked out.
That's hilarious.
It wasn't exactly a full-blown battle, but it was still pretty insane to watch. An alligator. This man was about to jump into the water when he noticed something weird, and as the camera zooms in, we see a gator with its mouth open, being very still and waiting for its prey to come to it by himself. If you ask me, I am not going in the water ever again. A smart heron. If you ask me, I'd say that these animals are getting a little too smart with their hunting skills. For instance, this heron can be seen so skillfully using the food it has in its mouth as bait to lure the fish in. As soon as the fish comes closer, the bird picks the food back. Now, even though the video ended without us knowing if the bird actually got a fish or no, looking at skills, we can say it definitely must have. A strange creature. This video went viral on the internet last year when some researchers, upon exploring the depths of the ocean, found this and decided to upload it. As we can see, a weirdly long creature was captured lying on the bed of the ocean. It was just the creature's bones left as the camera zooms in. Still, it's a big mystery to what it had been. Some kind of dragon? Or maybe the Loch Ness Monster? Who knows, right? As the researchers tried picking up the part of the creature's body, the bones appeared to be too old as they were damaged upon a slight touch. A close call. Okay, so we all know that sharks are pretty fierce predators, right? They chomp on pretty much anything they can sink their teeth into, including boats. And yeah, I'm not kidding. These guys are so intense that even an inflatable boat isn't safe from their jaws of death. But get this. A group of fishermen were out on the water recently and actually managed to survive a close encounter with a great white shark. Some folks say the shark was just curious and wasn't actually trying to make a meal out of the boat. But still, can you believe these guys were actually out there following sharks around in a rubber boat? That's some serious guts if you ask me. Anyway, thankfully they made it back to shore in one piece. An unidentified catch. These fishermen reeled in an unusual catch. The lighting was poor, but you could see a webbed hand peeping out of their net. It's crazy, but it looked like they had caught a mermaid. The video had me on the edge of my seat as the fishermen tried to figure out what they had caught. You could hear the wonder and fear in their voices. The end of the video was so eerie, and we're still left wondering what that creature could be. It's definitely something out of the ordinary. Hand fishing. To some, it might look like the weirdest way of fishing, but don't be surprised when we say it's one of the most commonly used fishing techniques in many areas of the world. We don't know how they do it and how exactly the fish end up in the dry mud and so exposed for the fishermen to easily catch, but, well, they just do it like that, like this one did. He caught a catfish from the dry mud near the river with his bare hands. Can you believe it? These men are really talented, right? Fishing with birds. These fishermen in China have adopted the smartest way of fishing. First, they get some big birds. Then they tie them with small ropes and let them go swim in the water and catch fish. The birds eat the small fish easily, but the big ones? Well, the big ones get stuck in the beaks, and that's when the fisherman pulls them back into the boat, gets the fish out of the bird's mouth, puts it in a bucket, and let the bird go in the water again to catch more fish. Now, isn't that smart work? A river monster. While walking along the Caloosahatchee River in J.C. Park, Cape Coral, a woman stumbled upon a huge dead fish that had her totally puzzled. This massive fish was just floating there in the water, and she couldn't even figure out what kind it was at first. After snapping a pic and sharing it on Facebook, someone finally solved the mystery. Turns out there was a hook in and unique appearance. A mummy. Researchers have been digging up all sorts of interesting things from the bogs of northern Europe for over 2,000 years. They found tools, weapons, and even human remains. But one find in particular is super spooky. While clearing a trench in a bog, they came across a mummified man from ancient times. His skin was all preserved and leathery from the marsh conditions, but his bones were still there too. They call him the Old Crawling Man, and he's been chilling in that bog for hundreds of years. But no one knows how he got there or how he died. Some experts think he was sacrificed in a ritual, but there's no hard evidence. Who knows what other secrets are lurking in those water bodies, right? A little guy fishing. Now, this little guy was fishing along with his family, and that's when he caught something. Unable to pull the catch out himself, he had to ask for help. And as the fish was brought out, it appeared that the little boy had caught a fish exactly of his size. Well, talk about how lucky some people can be. A grouper. Grouper fish are no joke. They're some of the biggest and baddest creatures in the sea. Don't think for a second that just because a fisherman caught one and tied it up, it's any less dangerous. Check out this clip where a sneaky grouper saw an opportunity and went for it. It's pretty wild, right? A giant snake. Check out this crazy video from southwestern Brazil where a group of fishermen decided to mess with a massive anaconda in the Santa Maria River. These guys poked the snake with their wooden poles, causing it a lot of distress. The anaconda had just eaten a huge meal, so it was sluggish and vulnerable. Despite the obvious danger, one brave dude grabbed the snake by the tail and towed it back into the river, not once, but twice. The Brazilian authorities weren't too happy about it and fined the group $600 each. It's a good reminder not to mess with protected wildlife, folks. Thousands of alligators. Check out this surreal world where hundreds of crocodiles reign over the river. Imagine being chased by these fierce predators in an eerie waterway. It's like a nightmare come to life. But get this. In a shocking turn of events, the crocs clear the way for a boat. The man who captured this incredible footage was left speechless. The subscribers pick. This image was taken from an art exhibit in France that showcases the mysterious inhabitants of the Gulf of Morbihan. If you think these are some real people, then you're wrong. Instead, they're sculptures that explore our relationship with nature. Over time, the eerie figures have adapted to their surroundings, changing colors and textures. It's a fascinating display that changes each time you visit. If you stumbled upon these swamp people without knowing what they were, you might be a little spooked. But trust us, this art exhibit is truly something special and a unique way to experience the beauty of nature. Manatees. You know when you're in a river and you see a big splash, but you have no idea what caused it? That's exactly what happened to this couple. The man was dipping a bucket into the river when he threw the water back in and bam! Huge splashes erupted from the water. His wife was quick to capture the whole thing on video. Some people think it might be manatees, but no one knows for sure. Either way, I don't think I'd want to take my chances swimming in that river.
Look at him, dude!
The rake. Some friends decided to record the woods with their drone, and they ended up recording something they never thought they would. As they got near an old haunted type place, they saw a weird creature sitting in the dark.
No, okay, let me get, whoa. That, bro, he's eating something.
It did look disturbed by the drone, so as the drone came near, the creature moved away. The friends were so intrigued that they did not realize when the creature actually came just behind their car and eventually was on top of their car. They got scared.
God, like, whoa, what the hell, dude?
And that's when it just vanished. None of the friends knew where it went. But aren't we just glad that it's gone? Floating with sharks. We humans always have the urge to do some courageous things. And well, we can't say that this woman just took courage to another level when she was captured by a drone camera floating above the water while lots and lots of sharks swim beneath her. I don't understand how exactly she was so calm about it. Did she not know? Or are all those sharks her friends? The uncontacted people. In 2016, Jose Carlos Morales was on an expedition in the Amazon forest when he spotted a tribe that's never been contacted before. Crazy, right? From above, he saw these peeps covered in bright red body paint, maybe from some crushed seeds or something. Morales said that these are Indian tribes that ran away from other parts of the continent and started living in the Amazon forest near Brazil. It's wild to think that there are still tribes out there that have never been in contact with the outside world. A hammerhead shark. This curious hammerhead shark was recorded by a drone swimming stealthily beneath the swimmers, unaware of its presence. It went near one, made a few rounds, and then went near the other one and did the same thing. Maybe the humans, being oblivious, made it possible for the shark to remain calm and not attack? Or maybe it was just looking to make some friends. Bigfoot. A man in Mexico happened to catch sight of a huge creature walking up on the mountains. For those who are thinking that it can be fake, well, just know that it's not. Considering the size of the buildings, the mountains, and then the creature, it was definitely a Bigfoot wandering along the hills, going God knows where. Shark feeding frenzy. Ever wonder how sharks snack lazily when they do not want to go fight or hunt? Well, this is how they do it.
God.
When a storm pushed a massive school of 500 fish on one side, the sharks knew that it was going to be their lucky day. But beware, sharks having a lot of food does not mean they're not going to fight, because they will. But only if it comes to that, of course. A monster on the road. This footage was recorded somewhere in the United Kingdom, and we can see a strange being hopping through the road. Months before the video was uploaded, people in the area were saying that they'd seen a weird creature, but no one believed them until they saw it with their own eyes. And if you're wondering what that thing was, we don't know. Teleportation. This video was recorded by a drone in the United States, and it claims to have filmed a man teleporting. At first, we see him just walking by the roadside, and then he suddenly vanishes into thin air. Where exactly did he go? How did he manage to do that? So many questions were asked, but alas, no more information could be dug up. A troll. It all started when this brave guy decided to venture into a dark cave, and boy, did he capture something jaw-dropping. He filmed this massive troll emerging from the depths of the cave, and it's pretty intense. Sadly, the video cuts off, so we don't know what happened next. But dang, I don't think I'd be brave enough to go looking for that troll. A stranded climber. Drones have allowed us to witness some incredible things. Take this stranded climber, for example. The video you're about to see shows an Indian man named Babu stuck on a cliff for 2 whole days without food or water. Babu was out on a hike with some friends when he slipped and got trapped. Despite their efforts to save him, it wasn't until the Indian army stepped in that Babu was finally rescued. Thankfully, the whole ordeal was caught on camera thanks to the army's drone. Man sunbathing. This man was recorded by a drone sitting high up on a wind turbine. He was just relaxing there like it was no big deal to be sitting at such a height and in such a dangerous place. According to the owner of the clip, the wind turbine was about 200 feet high. God knows what exactly he was thinking going up there. Maybe it's his daily routine. A strange creature. If you think it's only us humans and animals who inhabit the planet, you think wrong. Because hidden from our eyes lurks creatures which we cannot even explain. For instance, this one creature which was spotted somewhere during a huge storm. Among the sky full of clouds, we can see this huge thing roaming the earth. People have even named it the creature of the end time. A clown. When a guy was out testing his brand new drone and seeing how it works, he captured this weird clown in the middle of a vast field. And things got hella creepy when the clown spots the drone and starts running towards the woods as fast as he can. What was he doing there? Was it just a fake or something more mysterious? We'll never know. Loch Ness Monster. Now this one was recorded a couple of years back, and since then it's gotten millions of views. It claims to have recorded the famous Loch Ness Monster. However, upon our research, we came to know that what we see in this video isn't a monster, or a seal, or a manatee. Instead, it's something more mysterious, and a species yet to be discovered since it was only sighted once. Rain of worms. It's not always just rain that comes pouring down from those mighty clouds. Sometimes nature decides to switch things up a bit, and that's when things can get a little weird. For instance, in China, after a particularly bad storm, hundreds of small worms suddenly appeared all over the streets, covering everything in sight, including people's cars. It was definitely a shock for the locals, and it just goes to show how sometimes nature can be angry too. A close call. This big guy was spotted swimming at Forster Beach. As much as he wanted to just swim by the humans unnoticed, it failed in its flawless plan. One of the humans saw the shark and freaked out, splashing and swimming in the water trying to get away from it. And the poor shark had to go back. We're just glad that the whole drama was caught by a drone. A witch. Let's say you're driving home from a party, blasting your tunes and enjoying the ride, but then out of nowhere, you see this old lady on the side of the highway. She's staring right at you, and as soon as you hit the brakes, she starts coming towards you. You try to reverse, but she's coming even faster, and now she's running at you like a zombie in a horror movie. I mean, come on, how wouldn't you freak out? But who is this old lady in white just standing in the middle of nowhere? Isn't it like something straight out of a nightmare? What do you guys think? A drone herder. We all must have heard at least once in our life to work smart and not hard. Well, this farmer just took it too seriously that he started using a drone to herd his sheep. All he has to do is fly the drone around them, and the sheep will go the direction the drone is directing them to. And the shepherd? Well, he just sits there enjoying his coffee and watching his sheep through the camera. Crooked forest. Well, to be honest, the thought of forest can be scary for some people, especially when you add crooked and oddly shaped pine trees that look like they belong in a black magic ritual. It's definitely not my cup of tea, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone who's faint of heart. But if you're feeling adventurous and want to explore the dark side of the woods, there's a forest in Poland where you can find 400 witch-like trees. So if that's your kind of thing, now you know where to find them. A curious cow. Now this fluffy guy saw a drone coming near it, and unlike most animals, the cow did not appear to be afraid or disturbed by it. Instead, it came near it, curiously looking towards the drone, giving it the cutest look possible. And even when the drone moved a little far away, the cow made sure to follow it. Maybe this cow has a crush on the flying machine. Who knows? Bear chasing man. This man in Russia happened to annoy a bear. And well, the bear started following him. The man thought he could easily escape the bear if he climbed up the tree, and this would make the bear give up following him and leave. However, this was not the case. Seeing the man climb the tree, the bear started doing the same. And as the whole thing was getting so intense, the man recording the whole thing decided to move the camera towards a bunny. Like, dude, let us see what happened. A bad dad. Okay, so we don't know if these kids were just being bratty and driving their dad crazy, or if the dad was just trying to have a little fun with his drones. Either way, what went down is definitely not something you want to try at home. Basically, the dad tried to lift one of the kids up with a drone and fly him over the fence. But things didn't quite go as planned, and the poor kid ended up taking a tumble. And not only did the boy get hurt, but the drone got messed up too. Moral of the story? Leave the drone flying to the professionals, Dad. A Chinese spy balloon. Guess what happened on February 3rd, 2023? People in the United States spotted a mysterious white balloon floating in the sky. And you won't believe what they thought it could be. A sneaky Chinese spy balloon. But here's the catch. Shooting it down could be super risky. Who knows if that balloon is carrying some super dangerous new virus or bacteria cooked up in China? Yikes. The good news is that maybe we can snag it while it's out at sea and bring it down in a safe way to investigate. We gotta be super careful before opening it up though. Safety first, people. Drone versus locusts. In 2020, India had to deal with a massive locust invasion. I mean, can you imagine fighting off billions of flying bugs? The Indian authorities came up with a genius plan to tackle the situation. They sent out their top-notch drones to do the job. These bad boys sprayed insecticide all over the swarm and even used their rotor blades to take down some of those pesky locusts. Pretty epic, huh? Cannock Chase Ghost. Cannock Chase is said to be the spookiest town in the UK, with loads of creepy stuff happening there, but people were still skeptical until a viral video surfaced recently. It showed a girl in a white dress standing in the forest, and it turned out she was a black-eyed girl in a school uniform. The footage was captured by drone and it spread like wildfire online, freaking out millions of people, especially those living nearby. This video might finally prove once and for all that the Cannock Chase is a hot spot for all things supernatural. Slender Man. You won't believe what these two buddies stumbled upon in the woods while playing around with their new drone. They caught something so freaky on camera that it sent chills down their spines. They spotted this strange figure aimlessly walking through the woods in broad daylight. And guess what? As soon as they uploaded the video online, everyone went nuts because they recognized it as the infamous Slender Man. It's like he was just wandering around, totally bored out of his mind. The guys even tried to approach him, but they were too scared to get too close. Can you even blame them? I wouldn't want to mess with that creepy dude either. A UFO. This mysterious object showed up in the San Diego skies the other day. It was a massive glowing thing that had everybody thinking it was a UFO. People from all over recorded it from different angles, and everyone's got their own theories about what it could be. So what's your take on this? Any guesses on what that thing really was up there? Weird creature. You won't believe what happened to these friends when they were hiking in the woods with their drone. Out of nowhere, this crazy creature crawled out of the trees and into view. They posted the clip on social media and people are freaking out. Some folks are saying it's a skinwalker, while others think it's a mutated wild animal. I have no idea what to think, but I want to know what you guys think. Drop a comment and let's get to the bottom of this thing. Ice discs. Have you seen this incredible video of a spinning ice disc in the Presumscot River, Westbrook, Maine? It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. This mind-blowing ice disc forms every year in the freezing cold temperatures of Maine. You can spot these spinning discs on the outer bend of the river where the water's moving faster and the force of the water creates a circular motion. A chunk of ice breaks off and starts spinning around, forming a perfect circle. It's no wonder this natural wonder has been catching the eyes of people from all over the world. It's just too cool to miss. Shade balls. Now let's check out this crazy cool thing the California authorities did to combat drought and prevent unwanted chemical reactions in drinking water. They dumped a whopping 96 million black balls, aka shade balls or bird balls, into the Los Angeles water supply. Now you might be thinking, why would they do that? Well, it's actually pretty genius. By blocking out the sun, the balls keep the water from heating up, which in turn reduces the evaporation process and helps save more water each year. And man, when you see the water reservoir from above, it's totally mesmerizing. Strange behavior. This thermal drone captured a pretty weird sight. As soon as it got near the animals, they started running away from it. And yes, I know that they must have gotten disturbed by the sound of the drone. The weird part here is that they're forming waves when running away. Isn't that a little weird behavior? Don't you guys think? African tree lions. This amazing drone footage from June 2020 by researcher Alexander Bruskowski shows lions chilling up in trees just like leopards. The dude spent a whole year monitoring and filming these epic cats in the Queen Elizabeth Conservation Area in Uganda. According to Bruskowski, these lions have picked up a new habit of climbing trees to keep an eye out for food. Smart move, considering they have to travel far to find their next meal. Oh, and get this, the lions have unique whisker patterns that make it easy to tell them apart. Who knew lions could be such tree huggers? Fog monster. Fog can be a total bummer. Not only does it mess up our visibility and increase the chances of accidents, but it can also be the perfect hideout for all sorts of creepy crawlies. Speaking of creepy, have you guys seen the footage captured by a French resident in June 2020? The video shows this bizarre-looking object hovering in the sky like a giant centipede. And it almost looks like it's disappearing into the thick fog. The craziest part is that the video was taken from a spot where the fog wasn't as intense, so you can clearly see this thing lurking around. So what do you think about it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The floating village. In Thailand, a small community of about 400 families have been living their lives floating on water. And no, they don't live on boats. Instead, the whole village is built on stilts. They even have a school, a small hospital, and restaurants floating above the surface. And well, this drone has captured the best views of the small town. Also, due to this place being very unique, it gains lots of visitors all the time, even from other parts of the world, to see just how these people live their lives. A frozen town. A drone captured footage of a totally charming snow-covered ghost town in Sementnazatsky, Russia. It's crazy. The place was totally abandoned due to high unemployment and everyone leaving the area. People even left their houses and cars outside to gather snow. But here's the thing. The snow adds a layer of mystery to the town and makes it even more beautiful. You can't help but stare at it. Just picture yourself walking through this frozen ghost town. Dead silent, with snow crunching under your feet. So eerie, yet so awesome, right? Presidents' heads. As eerie as it may look, no, this is not a set for a horror movie. Standing in rows in a field in Croker, Virginia, the 18 to 20-foot ghostly effigies of past U.S. presidents were part of a huge project someday. However, the lack of visitors, which was of course due to the poor location of the park, was closed, and for now these huge, massive heads of almost all the presidents have found a home in some faraway farm, where they're left to become a part of long-forgotten history. The subscriber's pick. This image is of a mythological character called the Ninjin, and they're said to be the most ferocious residents of Antarctica and other colder regions. Even though Ninjins only belong to folklore and myths, there have been many times that people have claimed they've seen them. Still, nothing can be said for sure. You guys let us know your thoughts. Sea bunnies. And let's show you these adorable cute little bunnies now. These little creatures moving along the ocean floor with their fuzzy little ears and tails that resemble bunny features are called sea bunnies. They're found in various locations around the world and come in different colors. But if you're thinking about making one a pet, well, too bad. You can't. As they live for only a few months, it's not good for them to be kept in aquariums.
Dangerous here. Oh, you get back.
Monster in the woods. Some friends were having the time of their lives camping in the woods, having snacks and bonfire and movie night. But then one of the friends went somewhere and minutes passed, but she did not come back. While they were all worried, they had to go check on her. And as they ventured deep into the woods searching for the friend, at first they hear her scream. And then a strange creature comes into view. A spider-like being crawling terrifyingly towards them. What was that? Well, nobody knows. Mysterious being. These two guys were out in the woods late at night. They thought it was a good idea to have some fireworks where no one will get disturbed. However, what they did not know is that someone will get disturbed, and it won't be good for them. As they were doing their thing, shrieks could be heard, and then they decided to go investigate it. And that's when we see the weirdest being possible shrieking and following the men.
Is it still there?
Go! No! Run! Run!
They did make it out alive, but that was one hell of a close call. An alien. Who recorded this video? Who uploaded it on the internet? What exactly was this alien doing? Well, these are some of the questions which remain unanswered, and we're only left with this eerie clip, which looks like it belongs to some kind of secret alien interrogation thing. And if you ask me, I'd say from the view of it, the video looks as legit as anything can be. But do let us know what you guys think. A scary looking thing. About this video, everyone has their own opinions. Some say it's just a gorilla, while others say it's a weird crawling creature, and to some it also looks like a spider. However, no matter what the being is, the way it slowly moves towards the camera, freaking out the man recording it.
What the fuck is that? Okay.
Looks like something straight out of a horror movie. A terrifying beast. As a man was recording this massive waterfall, he started noticing something weird. As he zoomed in, he saw a mysterious black creature at the very edge of the waterfall. What was it? Definitely not a plant, because the area did not look like it had any plants there. To some, it was an unknown being, while to others it was someone with safety gear sitting at a very dangerous spot. Real or fake? It looked really creepy. A visitor. Imagine you're at home, catching some me time or just enjoying some alone time when you glance over and see an alien's head staring straight at you through the window. I mean, that'd freak anyone out, right? Luckily for us, a guy with a camera in his home caught the whole thing on video. It's easily one of the spookiest and clearest sightings of an alien ever caught on camera. A creepy monster. This massive creature was filmed by a man who went out to do some walk in the woods. When he was on it, he heard voices which sounded very similar to a baby crying. Intrigued, he had to go see where the sound was coming from and came across this. A giant weird thing crying and crawling on the ground. But worry not, because this is just a giant salamander who's known to vocalize barking, whining, hissing, or crying sounds. A strange creature. This trail cam footage might look very normal to you at first, but wait till it starts getting creepier. See that? See how the deer was about to turn into some kind of a monster? Well, it's been edited with some pretty impressive AI software that makes the deer look like they're transforming into demonic creatures. I just wanted to share it to show how advanced our technology has become. Pretty scary, right? A river monster. At first, people watching it thought it was an alligator or something, but then they saw it move in the strangest way possible. It was moving only with the help of its strong tail. Also, its front legs were missing. Was it just an alligator with its front legs missing? Or is it some type of evolving river monster which will wash out the whole human race? What do you guys think? A yak. This man was out mountain biking when this happened. He came across a very, very angry yak. Even though the yak couldn't do much harm, he did try charging at them.
Dangerous here. Oh, you. Get back.
And ask me, and I would say that was one terrifying yak, don't you agree? A creepy thing. This man happened to capture a creepy alien-like creature on camera. He was continuously hearing noises from the back, and he had to go check. And that's how he came across this. Was it an alien or just something fake? I guess we'll never know. But if it was true, I say we all hide in our homes, because who knows what other weirdness is lurking out there. Someone in the window. This man had some previous encounters with the supernatural, thus he wanted camera installed everywhere, even in his bedroom. And one night, when he was sleeping peacefully, he sensed someone was watching him through the window. He got up ASAP and turned the lights on, and that's when we see the ghostly figure in the window. It looked like it was waving, maybe? Seriously, how creepy is that? A siren head. A man in Amsterdam was recording the pretty after sunset sky when he ended up getting one terrifying creature on the camera, a siren head. Yes, you heard it right. This massively huge siren head was seen. However, at first it was just some scary noises, and it took a few seconds before the monster came into sight. What do you guys think? Is it fake? Or do siren heads really exist in real life? An alien. This video is captured in an unknown location and shows a mysterious creature hiding behind a tree. As the camera approaches the tree, the creature briefly peers out from between the branches. Many have noted that it looks very much like an alien gray with a giant head, thin body, and large black eyes. Not much information is available about the clip, but it was likely filmed in a wooded area, maybe a forest or park. Could this creature actually be an alien from another world? A mama wolf. Now, this camera was installed in a wolf's den to see and keep track of what the mama wolf and her cubs were up to all the time. And this is how this mama was recording, trying to have some me time without her annoying kids ruining it. She left them out and came back to rest, but no, the kids won't leave her alone. They came back to annoy the hell out of their mother, leaving her angry and frustrated. I guess kids are all the same, no matter if they're humans or animals. A clown. This video was recorded in 2017 by a guy who was cycling in the woods. Now, the purpose behind this guy being there is unknown, but what he managed to capture is something way more interesting. A clown standing straight and emotionless in the middle of the woods. As the guy saw the clown at first, he tried going near him, but after a few seconds thought it was better to just get out of the place. The best decision, I say. Loch Ness Monster. The man who recorded this clip described the creature as looking like a dinosaur. But as it hit the internet, people couldn't help but wonder if it was the famous Loch Ness Monster. However, wildlife expert Ron McGill of Zoo Miami weighed in and suggested that the creature may just be a small whale surfacing. Still, nothing's for sure. There's always a chance that it can be the monster. You do let us know what you think, though. A sleepy deer. Trail cams get footage at times which is not possible if a person with a camera is recording. For instance, where this buck was filmed being a sleepyhead. Even though this is just a few seconds long, according to the owner of the camera, the deer usually comes every day and lay down at the exact same spot to take a short nap. Maybe it's the area that he likes, or maybe it's the camera. I mean, who knows, right? A standoff. In this clip, we see a rare and intense standoff between a coyote and a bobcat captured by a man's trail camera. The footage shows the two animals facing off, with the coyote appearing to be on the defensive as the bobcat advances. Despite their similarities in size, the bobcat wins the standoff and the coyote eventually retreats. Bobcats and coyotes rarely fight because each knows the other is a formidable foe and there's much easier prey out there. The man who captured this footage is lucky to have seen some pretty cool stuff. The trail cam culprit. Ever wonder what the life of those trail cams is like? Being left all alone in the woods all day and night? Well, this video will give you just the glimpse as we see an intrigued baboon trying its best to steal the trail cam. But, well, the camera was tied pretty well, because even when the baboon tried its best, it just couldn't get what it wanted. An alien hitchhiker. While going about his usual routine, this truck driver caught something super creepy on his dash cam. And if you watch the video at regular speed, you might miss it. But if you slow it down a bit, you'll spot a strange figure standing by the roadside. What the heck was that thing? Some folks are saying it's an extraterrestrial, but others are calling it a hoax. But even if it was staged, it's still enough to give you the heebie-jeebies. Don't you agree? A masked being. So there was this guy living in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of trees behind his house. Every day he kept hearing these freaky noises that he just couldn't explain. So he came up with a plan to get to the bottom of it. He set up a camera in his backyard and another one in the woods. And let me tell you, the footage he got was seriously spooky.
What is that?
My bad, man.
He caught this bizarre creature in his backyard that looked like it was wearing some kind of freaky mask. And in the woods, he caught another creature that was glowing like crazy. It was totally nuts. But even after all that, nobody knows what the heck those things actually were. A Yeti. A strange video filmed on a Canadian mountain has left people scratching their heads. The footage shows a massive creature that left the videographer stunned. The next day, when he returned to film again, the creature was nowhere to be seen. After posting the video, many people had different ideas about what the creature could be, ranging from a Nephilim or Yeti to a secret military experiment. Let us know what you guys think. A monster in the dark. Now, you might find this one a little blurry, but that does not make the creature this man happened to capture any less terrifying. At first, he thought it was a very large buck or something, but things got creepy when it started moving and coming closer. It looked more like a human, but a huge one. A huge black cat. In this video, which went viral, a Mississippi man named David Sluter captured footage of what appeared to be a massive black cat walking through a field. After initially thinking it was a deer or coyote, he realized it was some type of cat and started filming. David was over 100 yards away, but from the cat's tail, he could tell it was massive. Some experts have dismissed the cat as an overgrown house cat, while others believe it's a more dangerous mountain lion. Regardless, everyone is currently on the lookout for the mysterious feline. Weird creature. In January 2013, a man reviewing footage from a trail camera left in the woods for several days made a disturbing discovery. He described the figure captured in the footage as an alien, although others speculate it may be a ghost or an unidentified creature. Initially, the figure appeared to be a distorted bush or an animal, but upon closer inspection, its unnaturally smooth movements and direct stare at the camera indicated that it was something abnormal. The figure resembled a woman, but with disproportionately large, flashing eyes and flowing hair. What do you guys think it was? A vampire deer. This trail cam footage shows a deer peacefully grazing on the ground. But if you think this is just a normal deer and nothing special, then let us tell you that it's no ordinary deer. This is a vampire deer, which are usually found in China and Korea. What's really interesting about them is their teeth, which are huge and tusk-like. They're pretty small, usually weighing between 33 and 65 pounds and standing only 2 to 3 feet tall. They like to hang out near water sources and wetlands and grasslands and are most active during the early morning and late afternoon. Bear steals snacks. This CCTV camera happened to record the cute moments this bear family was having. The kid should have been hungry as the mama bear was trying her best to get food from anywhere, and what she found was this car. We see her getting into the car and the cubs walking here and there. Isn't it strange how mothers can go out of their way just to help their offspring? A unicorn elk. An unusual elk with an antler protruding from its forehead was spotted on a trail cam in Tampico. Yes, just like the unicorns do. According to the owner of the camera, the antler did not appear to be causing harm, but it may hinder the elk's ability to feed. However, the elk does appear to be in good shape. A curious deer. They say the only thing stronger than fear is curiosity. And this little guy here is going to prove it right, because when the hunter was all set looking for some delicious deer to hunt, one of the deer wondered, I should go and check what that human's doing over there. And it came as close to death as anyone can. But good for him, the hunter decided to let him go that day. A mischievous sheep. Have you ever gone fishing and felt like you were completely at one with nature? Well, that's exactly what this fisherman felt. As he was peacefully catching fish by the water, a sheep lurking behind him had other plans. The sheep hit the poor fisherman so hard in the back that he fell straight into the water. And to add insult to injury, the sheep was all ready for round 2. Moral of the story, you never know what kind of trouble might be lurking behind you, even when you're just trying to enjoy a peaceful fishing trip. A brave mother. Did you see the video of the mother wolf and her cubs? It's amazing. After the snowmelt caused a flood, the mother had to move her babies out of the den to keep them from drowning. The footage from a trail cam shows the mother bravely carrying all 7 of her little ones to safety. It's so heartwarming to see how fiercely she protected them, even risking her own life. It just goes to show you that a mother's love knows no bounds. A dancing deer. This trail camera caught a deer just enjoying its day in the forest without a care in the world. It was prancing around almost like it was dancing, and it was a joy to watch. The deer continued to frolic for a few minutes before eventually returning to its herd. We're so lucky that we were able to capture this happy moment on camera. It's pretty amazing to watch these animals enjoying their freedom out in the wild, right? Monkeys. At the beginning of the video, you see a group of them wandering up to a trail camera, and they're clearly very curious. One brave monkey even gets right up in front of the camera to get a closer look. After a little while, they start to play with each other, climbing and jumping around, but then suddenly they all scatter out of view. It turns out they weren't just playing, they were trying to steal the camera. We can see someone's trying to move the camera. These monkeys are definitely up to no good. The glowing jellyfish. Have you seen the latest video from the deep under the sea? It's mind-blowing. It features a species of comb jelly that appears to be glowing with multiple colored lights. The video captures a rainbow light show that's simply mesmerizing. But how is this even possible, you ask? Well, it turns out that the comb jelly uses its cilia, the tiny hair-like structures on its body, to create this magical display. As the cilia move, they scatter light in different directions, creating a stunning display of colors. Elk with a tire. So there was this video from a trail cam that showed an elk wearing a tire like a necklace. Can you believe it? For 2 whole years, this poor guy just went about his business with the tire around his neck. As time passed, his antlers and neck grew bigger, making it impossible for him to remove the tire by himself. Thankfully, the wildlife officials stepped in to help. They gave him some medicine to make him sleep and then tried to take off the tire. But unfortunately, they had to cut off his antlers too. But don't worry, the elk will grow a fresh new pair of antlers soon enough. A genet. Did I just see a tiny cat chilling on the backs of some huge animals? When this video first hit the internet, it was pretty mind-blowing and left everyone wondering how the cat was so chill about it all. Some folks even quipped that the cat must have been crowned the new queen of the animal kingdom. But wait, the experts had their say too. They explained that the cat, which is a genet, was probably just being clever and using the other animals as a lookout for hunting. How cool is that? That little cat definitely knows how to get what it wants. The subscriber's pick. This image shows us a weird, long, whitish creature in the woods. Doesn't it look really scary? Well, if you're thinking this might be real, let us assure you it isn't. The image belongs to a very famous horror artist named Trevor Henderson, and along with this one, he's made a couple of other creatures too, including the famous Siren Head, the cartoon cat, the bridge worm, the wandering faith, and many more. But who knows? There's always a chance that some of them can be real. Elephants. This incredible trail cam video captured a herd of elephants passing through the jungle. It's such a rare sight to see these majestic animals in their natural habitat, and this footage is truly breathtaking. The elephants appear so mighty as they make their way through the forest, with the females and young ones all together. It's amazing to think that trail cams can capture these kinds of moments in the wild, and this video's a great reminder of the beauty and power of nature. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get updates related to our latest videos. A scary creature. This video was captured by a brave soul who thought it would be a really great idea to go out alone into the deep woods at night. He thought he'd end up meeting some unusual beings and, well, guess what? He got exactly what he was expecting. A creepy little cryptid staring right at him from behind the tree. Was it just waiting for the right moment to attack, or was it too scared to come out? The mystery has been unsolved since forever. Creepy trees. Considering the last clip, if you think the woods are only creepy and unsafe at night, let us tell you how wrong you are, and this video will prove it to you. These trees were recorded moving. Like, literally moving from one place to another. Was it the neighborhood that annoyed them, or they felt unsafe due to humans? We could never know since trees don't talk. A cryptid. Now this one might be just an image taken by a trail cam and not a whole video, but this single image is enough for us to get an idea about how eerie and unbelievable life in the woods can be. Was it an alien or just an animal from an unusual angle? We can't say for sure, but you let us know if you have any ideas. Cross River Gorillas. If you think it's just another usual trail cam video which shows gorillas sitting here and there and busy with their normal routine, that's not the case. These aren't just any gorillas. These are the Cross River gorillas, and sadly they're endangered with only 200 individuals left to survive. In fact, these are the rarest gorillas on the whole planet, and this trail cam happened to capture these majestic creatures living their lives in Cameroon. Bigfoot. You must be thinking it's too dark and too blurry to actually determine that's a Bigfoot going about in the woods, but the size of the creature and what we can make out from the darkness, I don't see any chance of it being some other animal other than Bigfoot. I mean, we can see it walking on 2 feet and it being all dark and hairy, and its size as compared to the trees is pretty huge. Ask me, and I'd say it's a Bigfoot for sure. A Mongolian death worm. This man had heard that mysterious creatures lurk in the desert, especially at night. So he did what anyone would do, set up a camera and waited for the night to pass so he could go check if it captured anything unusual. And to his surprise, it actually did. What was it? A death worm? An alien? A monster? We'll give you a moment to take a guess. But when he inspected it all, it turned out it was just a buffalo. But scary nonetheless. Don't worry, man, we were just as confused as you were. A wolf man. In June 2022, a man's security camera happened to click a photo which had the whole world in shock. Even the mainstream media couldn't help but feature it. They called it the Wolf Man. Nobody had any idea if that was someone playing a prank or was it really a wolf man. Sasquatch. At first, the residents of the area thought it was just a coyote responsible for the missing animals and spreading fear everywhere, so they set up cameras everywhere in hopes of catching the animal in the act. However, what the camera ended up recording was something that blew their minds. A huge creature was seen lurking in the woods. And what else could it be except for the famous Sasquatch, right? It was never caught, but was never seen ever again either. Maybe it's since that humans have come about it. A gliding creature. What do we call a person gliding through the streets? Not walking like normal human beings, but moving in some otherworldly form? We call it a ghost, and a ghost is what this CCTV camera ended up recording. Now, don't ask me whose ghost it was, because I don't know about that, but it does seem like in a hurry. Maybe he was going on his daily haunting duty. What do you say? A mysterious figure. A crooked, glowing creature moving in the weirdest way possible in the street. If I ever see something like that, I'm going to leave the country for good. I don't know how these people get the courage to actually stand there and record such stuff. And, well, as soon as this video hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. Questions arising from everywhere about the authenticity of the clip and the identity of the creature, but the questions had been unanswered ever since. A sneaky killer. How fast is a mountain lion, and how sneaky is it? If you find yourself wondering such questions, then we're here to give you answers. As this mountain lion sneaked up on the deer, and the deer was all clamped in its claws in a matter of mere seconds, and good thing this was all captured on a trail cam installed somewhere in California, and if you notice, the leap is right on the neck, fast and on target. Amazing. A terrifying encounter. When one cougar minded its own business, the other one was in a mood of letting the man know how dangerous he can be. So he ran as fast as he could towards the man and stopped just a few inches away. And he did it for 6 minutes straight. Might be the longest 6 minutes of that man's life. And about the man, I would say he did a great job at staying calm and not taking off running as most people would have done, and he never turned away from the cougar. And that's what saved his life. A bear fight. Recently, a trail camera recorded an intense brawl between 2 male bears. It all started when one of the bears let out a bone-chilling snarl, warning the other bear to back off. Things quickly escalated from there, with the bears wrestling and biting each other in a wild frenzy. The fight lasted for a few minutes before they eventually went their separate ways. It was a crazy scene that happened deep in the heart of the woods. A little girl. A creepy trail cam pic caused a stir online because a little girl was seen in the middle of nowhere with no humans around. People wondered how she got there or if she was a ghost, but it turns out she was just with her grandpa and the pic was taken in the woods. No need to be scared, she's a real human. The rake. This picture was captured by a trail camera in the dead of night. We haven't been able to investigate it further, but it appears to be a rake lurking in the darkness of the woods. We're keeping our eyes peeled for any updates, but for now, all we have is this eerie image, and people are saying it's real. A humpback whale. It isn't always the animals or the mysterious beings that lurk in the woods. Sometimes it's humpback whales also, found laying all deep in the woods. And how exactly the whale ended up there, so far away from the ocean? Well, that's been a mystery ever since. UFO. When a man went out to check his trail cam and what it captured this time, he was stunned to see the picture the camera had taken. To some, it appeared like two glowing eyes, and to others, it was a UFO. Since it was just a picture, we can't say if it was fake or just something which looks eerie. A trail cam attack. Crocodiles are super deadly creatures. They don't care about anyone or anything, not even if you're just trying to record them with a camera. They can sneak up on you real slow, and before you know it, you're stuck in their powerful jaws with no escape. Bobcat versus rattlesnake. These fierce felines hunt and chow down on all sorts of critters, but one time one of them got snapped by a camera while running into a rattlesnake on its way somewhere. It made sure to take out the snake before resuming its original plans, but man, it really had to work hard to take down that snake. It used its sharp claws and teeth to crush and bite the snake's head in an epic battle. A mountain lion. At first, the coyote could be seen running away from the camera's range of vision, and shortly after, the mountain lion appeared and chased after the coyote. And after a few seconds, we could hear the coyote screaming for help, indicating that the mountain lion had caught it. That's how fast these deadly lions are. A kangaroo fight. Have you ever seen videos of people fighting that go viral online? It happens quite a bit, right? But it's actually pretty rare to come across videos of kangaroos fighting. Well, I recently saw one on trail camera footage. These two kangaroos were squabbling and it was pretty interesting to watch. The fight started when they grabbed each other by the neck and tried to knock each other over. But in the end, they both walked away peacefully. Pretty cool, huh? A ghost girl. A home security camera in Texas ended up recording a girl dressed in all white walking through the backyard. When the family saw it, they were all perplexed as the girl was not someone they knew or had ever seen. But then, who was it? A ghost? Or just someone pulling a prank? A creepy being. Humans have a natural curiosity that drives them to investigate anything unusual. But in this particular case, a man took his curiosity to the extreme. He heard strange sounds coming from the woods and decided to explore it late at night to see if he could find anything interesting. To his surprise, he stumbled upon a strange creature behind a tree, making weird whistle-like sounds.
What the hell is that? What the hell?
Realizing the danger, he quickly ran away as fast as he could without looking to see if the creature was following him. It seems his curiosity got the best of him in this scary encounter. Amazonian dog. The Amazon rainforest is a place where you can find unique and unusual creatures. People often put trail cameras there to capture these animals. Recently, a rare Amazonian short-eared dog was spotted on one of these cameras. The species was thought to be almost extinct for a while, and researchers were losing hope of finding any. However, this video gave them new hope. The dog was just sniffing around in the forest like any other day. Teams have been sent to locate the dog so that it can be kept safe in a preserve and live longer. A genet. When these pictures went viral online, they really got people talking. They show a little cat sitting on top of some big animals, which surprised a lot of folks. Nobody could believe how chill the cat was about it. Some people even made jokes about the cat being the boss of all the other animals. But then some experts gave their 2 cents and said that the cat, which is called a genet, was likely using the other animals as a lookout point to find prey. That's pretty clever if you ask me. An alien. There was a guy in Brazil who saw something strange on a rooftop while he was doing his own thing and decided to record it. What he captured was a weird creature that looked like a huge ant hanging out on the roof. Some people thought it was extraterrestrial, but to me it looks like a really big ant. Brazil has all sorts of creepy crawlies, so who knows what else is out there, right? The freakiest part is that the creature vanishes right after the guy spots it. What was it doing up there? We may never find out. Night walkers. Have you ever seen those spooky creatures people call night crawlers or soul walkers? They can give you the creeps, but they're also strangely calming. There's this video from California back in 2011 that shows two stick-like figures walking through the woods. They almost look like a family of ghosts, with one resembling a little baby ghost and the other maybe a ghost mom or dad. It's a peaceful and serene scene, and I hope they were able to keep wandering about undisturbed. A clown. Trail cameras are used to take pictures of animals in the wild, but sometimes they capture something really creepy. Like this one time, a man in a clown mask was caught on camera in the forest at night. We don't know what he was doing there, or if he was even a real person. The spooky clown stared right at the camera before vanishing into the woods, giving everyone the creeps. Who knows what other scary stuff is out there lurking in the shadows? A mouse deer. The deep, dark woods conceal secrets and elusive creatures that have managed to evade human detection. Despite our assumptions that certain species have gone extinct, they persist in their natural habitats, hidden from our eyes. However, a trail camera recently captured a remarkable sighting in Vietnam, a two-tone mouse deer that scientists believed had been extinct for 30 years. The footage astonished the world as it revealed a healthy and lively creature meandering through the woods. Monster in the woods. Some friends were having the time of their lives camping in the woods, having snacks and bonfire and movie night. But then one of the friends went somewhere and minutes passed, but she did not come back. While they were all worried, they had to go check on her. And as they ventured deep into the woods searching for the friend, at first they hear her scream. And then a strange creature comes into view. A spider-like being crawling terrifyingly towards them. What was that? Oh, nobody knows. Mysterious being. These two guys were out in the woods late at night. They thought it was a good idea to have some fireworks where no one will get disturbed. However, what they did not know is that someone will get disturbed, and it won't be good for them. As they were doing their thing, shrieks could be heard, and then they decided to go investigate it. And that's when we see the weirdest being possible shrieking and following the men.
Is it still there? Go! No! Run! Run!
They did make it out alive, but that was one hell of a close call. An alien. Who recorded this video? Who uploaded it on the internet? What exactly was this alien doing? Well, these are some of the questions which remain unanswered, and we're only left with this eerie clip, which looks like it belongs to some kind of secret alien interrogation thing. And if you ask me, I'd say from the view of it, the video looks as legit as anything can be. But do let us know what you guys think. A scary looking thing. About this video, everyone has their own opinions. Some say it's just a gorilla, while others say it's a weird crawling creature, and to some it also looks like a spider. However, no matter what the being is, the way it slowly moves towards the camera, freaking out the man recording it,
What the fuck is that? Okay.
looks like something straight out of a horror movie. A terrifying beast. As a man was recording this massive waterfall, he started noticing something weird. As he zoomed in, he saw a mysterious black creature at the very edge of the waterfall. What was it? Definitely not a plant, because the area did not look like it had any plants there. To some, it was an unknown being, while to others it was someone with safety gear sitting at a very dangerous spot. Real or fake? It looked really creepy. A visitor. Imagine you're at home, catching some me time or just enjoying some alone time when you glance over and see an alien's head staring straight at you through the window. I mean, that'd freak anyone out, right? Luckily for us, a guy with a camera in his home caught the whole thing on video. It's easily one of the spookiest and clearest sightings of an alien ever caught on camera. A creepy monster. This massive creature was filmed by a man who went out to do some walk in the woods. When he was on it, he heard voices which sounded very similar to a baby crying. Intrigued, he had to go see where the sound was coming from and came across this. A giant weird thing crying and crawling on the ground. But worry not, because this is just a giant salamander who's known to vocalize barking, whining, hissing, or crying sounds. A strange creature. This trail cam footage might look very normal to you at first, but wait till it starts getting creepier. See that? See how the deer was about to turn into some kind of a monster? Well, it's been edited with some pretty impressive AI software that makes the deer look like they're transforming into demonic creatures. I just wanted to share it to show how advanced our technology has become. Pretty scary, right? A river monster. At first, people watching it thought it was an alligator or something, but then they saw it move in the strangest way possible. It was moving only with the help of its strong tail. Also, its front legs were missing. Was it just an alligator with its front legs missing? Or is it some type of evolving river monster which will wash out the whole human race? What do you guys think? A yak. This man was out mountain biking when this happened. He came across a very, very angry yak. Even though the yak couldn't do much harm, he did try charging at them.
Dangerous here. Oh, you get back.
And ask me, and I would say that was one terrifying yak, don't you agree? A creepy thing. This man happened to capture a creepy alien-like creature on camera. He was continuously hearing noises from the back, and he had to go check. And that's how he came across this. Was it an alien, or just something fake? I guess we'll never know. But if it was true, I say we all hide in our homes, because who knows what other weirdness is lurking out there. Someone in the window. This man had some previous encounters with the supernatural, thus he wanted camera installed everywhere, even in his bedroom. And one night, when he was sleeping peacefully, he sensed someone was watching him through the window. He got up ASAP and turned the lights on, and that's when we see the ghostly figure in the window. It looked like it was waving, maybe? Seriously, how creepy is that? A siren head. A man in Amsterdam was recording the pretty after sunset sky when he ended up getting one terrifying creature on the camera, a siren head. Yes, you heard it right. This massively huge siren head was seen. However, at first it was just some scary noises, and it took a few seconds before the monster came into sight. What do you guys think? Is it fake? Or do siren heads really exist in real life? An alien. This video is captured in an unknown location and shows a mysterious creature hiding behind a tree. As the camera approaches the tree, the creature briefly peers out from between the branches. Many have noted that it looks very much like an alien gray with a giant head, thin body, and large black eyes. Not much information is available about the clip, but it was likely filmed in a wooded area, maybe a forest or park. Could this creature actually be an alien from another world? A creepy creature. Dark web is something we all know about, but not everyone can access. And trust me, the ones who did access it ended up regretting. Take this video for example. We see a creepy creature moving in the house from hallway to the room and then to God knows where. And if you're thinking it was human, just look at the way it's walking. Does that look human to you? Alien-like figure. In July 2021, some people were on their way back to their home in India. According to them, it was somewhere around midnight when they came across this creepy figure walking along the road. Good thing they had a dash cam installed in their car, so we got this footage. And just look at the way it's walking. It seems like an alien to me. But do let us know what you guys think. A strange worm. A man in Australia was out for his routine walk when he came across this strange-looking worm-like thing. It's not the fact that it looks like a worm that makes it strange, but it's the length of the thing and the way it's divided into multiple segments is what makes it strangest of all. I've never seen any worm of such length before. A sneaky being. This man heard some strange noises from the forest and decided to venture out there late at night to see if he could find something interesting. However, he came across a bizarre creature lurking behind a tree and making creepy whistle-like noises.
What the hell?
When he spotted it, he sprinted away as fast as he could, and fortunately, he managed to escape without harm. Another Yeti. The person who filmed the video was extremely surprised by the massive creature that he captured. However, the shocker was that the creature was nowhere to be seen when they returned the next day to film it again. This caused a frenzy online as people tried to decipher what it could be. Some speculated it might be a Nephilim or a Yeti, while others believed it could be a top-secret military project. A baby mermaid. You must have always heard about mermaids being a mythical creature, but this video will get you doubting that. A man in India saw something unusual swimming in the water and went to inspect it, and to his surprise, it was something which looked exactly like a mermaid, just a little smaller in size than we all must have expected. Perhaps it was a baby mermaid, or maybe just a little monkey drowning. With the video ending so abruptly, there's nothing we can say for sure. A Yeti. Now, sighting a Bigfoot here and there and from a very far away angle is one thing, but capturing a really big creature falling and tumbling down is just on another level. And this is exactly what this man was able to capture on his camera. Two big creatures, or perhaps Yetis, were seen devouring an animal, and a second passes and we see one tumbling down the icy hill. Even though it was recorded in 2016, to this day, no logical explanation has been given by anyone. A crawling creature. This video literally has everyone spooking out as they see a weird glowing creature in the middle of nowhere at night crawling on the ground. Some call it the rake, while others think it's just some unknown animal. But the ones who happened to record it said it looked similar to a human, but was not a human at all. So then what was it? I guess we'll never know. Bear versus mirror. Trail cameras usually capture animals chilling, hunting, and going along their normal life. But sometimes these cameras capture things out of the ordinary. For instance, this bear was just going along his way when he suddenly saw something he'd never seen before. His own reflection. And needless to say, we do not think he liked it a lot. A Bigfoot. Camera can be handy at times, but we need to be careful because sometimes trying to record dangerous things can lead to unfortunate circumstances. For instance, take the case of this man who tried to record a Bigfoot strolling along in the woods. Guess he was lucky or maybe hiding perfectly that the creature didn't notice him, or we wouldn't have been able to get this footage. Mysterious creature. A couple had been noticing weird noises in their backyard, but they'd never been able to know what was causing it, so they installed a camera there. It was all peaceful and quiet at first as nothing suspicious happened, but as some time passed, we saw a creepy head popping out of the fence. We see it once, then we see it twice. Was it just a dog, or was it something which had remained hidden from us since forever? A brave man. This footage might not be as disturbing or creepy as many others in today's list, but this is unusual nonetheless. As we see this Florida man dancing along with the alligator, we can't help but rub our eyes twice to make sure this is real. And trust us, this is real. Florida sure is one strange place. A sewer creature. This dude was filming and caught a freaky creature hiding in the shadows. It only showed itself when he stopped moving, and it had these creepy glowing eyes. But when he tried to get closer, the thing bolted back into the dark. Now we're left with more questions than answers, wondering what the heck that thing even was. An elk. So there was a video that captured an elk on a trail cam wearing a tire like a necklace. Crazy, right? This poor elk had the tire around his neck for 2 years while going about his daily life. As time passed, his neck and antlers grew bigger, which made it impossible for him to remove the tire by himself. Luckily, wildlife officials came to the rescue. They gave the elk some medicine to make him sleep and attempted to remove the tire. Sadly, they had to remove his antlers too. But don't worry, the elk will grow a new pair of antlers in due time. Dancing bear. The Wildlife Channel put cameras in the jungle to see the animals there. They were hoping to film them doing normal things, but what the cameras showed was surprising. The bears they caught on camera were dancing and moving their bodies like Shakira. It's pretty amazing that bears can dance like that, but did you know that bears also get itchy? And instead of scratching themselves with their paws like we do, they use trees. And look at them go. They're really enjoying themselves, aren't they? Lion intruders. When you go camping, unexpected guests might drop by, like mosquitoes and other bugs if you're lucky. But if you're not, like the guy in this video, a big male lion and 2 lionesses might pay you a visit. The man was sleeping soundly in his tent when all of a sudden this happened. Luckily, he stayed put and didn't try to run away. The lion seemed more curious than anything and didn't harm him. Despite the scare, the camper had an unforgettable night. Breathing earth. So there's this really weird thing that a camera caught in the forest. It looked like the earth was moving up and down, almost like it was taking a break from spinning and going around the sun. People call it the breathing earth because it's like the ground is breathing. This happens when the wind is strong and the ground is loose. It can be pretty scary if you don't know what's going on. You might think the earth is going to swallow you up. It's definitely one of the craziest things ever caught on trail camera. A massive spider. Someone caught a really creepy video and posted it online. It shows a creature that looks like a spider or maybe a crab, and it scared a lot of people. At first, I thought it was just a dog dressed up in a spider suit, but when I took a closer look, I realized it definitely wasn't a dog. The only dog in the video looked totally freaked out by the weird bent-legged things too. So we're all pretty confused about what it could be. Buck shedding antlers. So there was this male deer in Ottawa, Canada that got caught on camera losing its antlers. It might seem strange to us, but it's actually a regular thing for male deer to lose their antlers in winter to make way for new ones. The shedding process usually happens from late winter to early spring. It was funny to see that the deer in the video seemed surprised by what was happening and ran away looking confused. Weird lights. It's really hard to figure out what those lights in the sky are. Some people think they might be aliens, but others think it's just a bug in front of the camera. Do you think this means aliens are visiting us, or maybe they're here but we don't even know it? Also, what about those strange flying objects we sometimes see? The government just released a report on them, but there's still not enough evidence to know for sure what they are. Bird murmuration. We know how birds travel from one place to another in flocks, all flying together to search for new places to live and feed, right? But this murmuration of a massive flock of birds was just something else. Even the researchers said they'd never seen such a kind of behavior in birds before, and that it might be alarming as well. And unusual phenomenon. Do you doubt the existence of Bigfoot and other creatures like that? Well, check this out. There's some drone footage that might make you think twice. In the video, you can see some enormous trees shaking like crazy as if a giant monster is trying to pull them out of the ground. And we're not talking about puny trees. These ones are huge and super tall. No way could a person or machine do something like that. So do you still believe that Bigfoots are just made-up stories? A fox family. And this video was captured on a trail cam, and it's just too cute to miss. You can see a mother fox and her 4 cubs all playing around and annoying their mom a bit, but she doesn't seem to mind at all. What's even more amazing is that the family seems completely oblivious to the fact that they're being recorded. The subscribers pick. This picture shows a Bigfoot walking through the woods. It was taken by a trail cam installed in the Charleston area, but when they went to investigate it, it turned out to just be a cutout of a cardboard, which was all part of a prank pulled by someone. A self-loving bear. Believe it or not, this bear from Boulder, Colorado has become the new selfie champ. The story goes that this curious creature found a camera with a motion sensor and decided to go wild with it. The outcome? More than 400 snapshots of the bear posing in all kinds of ways, giving his best sultry gaze and even making some goofy faces. This bear wasn't going to quit until it got every picture just right for social media. Strange little beings. Now, these little beings were found by a woman on her kitchen floor. And if you're thinking these are little mice, no, they are not. According to the experts, the legs of the creatures resembled moths, and there's a chance that the upper body might have been eaten by a cat, but the experts weren't so sure either. So we don't know what these tiny little beings were. Buck in a wig. Have you ever come across the buck who's the handsomest of all? The bad boy, grazing the grass and winning all the ladies with his wig on? Well, now you have. This buck was recorded in 2013 and caught the attention of everyone with his stylish wig. It was at first part of his antlers, but then slowly moved on top of his head, making him the most stunning buck ever. A creepy deer. Did you check out that weird video of a goat standing still and staring straight ahead? It's been all over the web and everyone's losing it. Some peeps reckon it might be the mythical skinwalker, while others are calling BS. We ain't got a clue who shot it, so it's all up to our own imaginations.
Hello. She wants to come in.
Damn, one thing's for certain. It's super creepy. Alien in Graveyard. Footage was uploaded by some unknown guy in 2017, and it had everyone in shock who happened to watch it. At first, we see the quiet of a cemetery, but then as the camera rolls on, we catch a glimpse of a bizarre humanoid figure half hiding behind a grave. If we zoom into it, we see a weird being with a huge head and arms. It fits so accurately to what we have in mind for an alien, don't you think? A haunted tunnel. This might be too short of a clip, but a mere second is enough to feel the spookiness of the video. We see a creepy figure emerging from the dark and running straight towards the man holding the camera. And then we see the man running as fast as he can for his life. I'm not going near any tunnels from now on. Rake. A kid was out in the woods when he started hearing some weird noises, and that's when he decided to take his phone out and film it while trying to see what was causing it. And to his surprise, it wasn't just him who was looking for the creature. The creature was also looking for him, and that we get to know when he comes out of the woods and starts running towards the kid. A creepy girl. Back in 2013, there was this video that spread like wildfire online. It showed a lone girl dressed in white walking around a cemetery while some men recorded her. The video lasted about 4 minutes, and the girl was shown wandering around the graveyard, stopping by different graves. Who was she? Did she happen to be a ghost? These and countless other questions were thrown around, but no one had any answers to offer. A crawling thing. In this video, we see a courageous person exploring an empty house using only a flashlight. While exploring, the person begins to feel uneasy, and then a frightening creature appears from the darkness, moving towards them and making terrifying sounds. The person quickly runs away from the house, clearly scared by the unknown creature. Although we don't know what the creature was, it's obvious that the abandoned house is not a suitable place for those who are easily frightened. A deer. At first, we see a deer all panicking, running from here to there, and eventually running away from the man. And in a second emerges another deer unlike any other, with its neck all folded. And then it runs away too, as fast as it could. All this happens in a few seconds, and the man there is like, what just happened? Even though it was just 2 deer, that does not make the video any less creepy. A weird body. In May 2019, a woman found a weird body laying in her yard in Florida. She immediately called the authorities to come and see what it was, and needless to say, they were all just as perplexed as she was. According to some, it was a big lizard. But what exactly caused the big lizard to dry up like that? Not even the bones were there. A frozen monster. It's not just forests and jungles that hide secrets beyond our imagination. Sometimes it's the ice, too. For instance, this man who ended up finding a Bigfoot all frozen up under the ice.
I can see its eyes and it's his head.
Maybe it got trapped inside by the cruel nature, or maybe it was just a hoax. Which, even if it was, I'll be scared as hell still. Snakes. This footage was filmed when a team of workers were told by some locals that they think there's a snake in their ceiling. None of them knew that it wasn't just a snake on that ceiling, but 2 massive snakes living up there. As the ceiling dropped, the snakes almost dropped with it too, leaving everyone near them to jump back in horror. It happened in Malaysia, and since this video was uploaded, everyone there has been checking their ceilings twice every night. A giant spider. Now, was it just a tiny spider looking so big due to being close to the trail cam? Or was it a really massive spider lurking in the depths of the woods? It's up to you what you think, but if you ask me, I'm never going into those woods with such long-legged creatures crawling everywhere. Dwarves. Are dwarves real or are they just works of fantasy? I guess you'll be shocked to know that there's a chance that these creatures might be real. I mean, look at this video and the small things in the jungle. Don't they look very similar to what a dwarf would be like? Someone in the sink. I don't know if any of you might have guessed it, but this one is also from Florida. She wanted to check the outside bathroom, which was along the pool, and it seemed all fine until she went up close to the sink and found this thing hiding inside. But the question here is, what was it? A snake? A lizard? A gecko? And because it's Florida, we can't really say anything for sure. Glowing eyes. Imagine you're out with friends on a drive late at night and you encounter this in the way. Well, this is what happened to these guys who were just having fun when not just one but two pairs of creepy glowing eyes started staring at them. Even though the creatures were far and the guys were in the car, that was not enough to make them any less scared. A creepy doll. Once a man was in the forest gathering some logs when he stumbled upon something peculiar. We're not exactly sure what was going through his mind, but he ended up picking up this eerie doll and taking it back to his home. To make matters even more bizarre, he even decided to record the doll while it was doing who knows what. If it were me, I wouldn't even dream of doing something like that. Not even in a million years. A mutated spider. If you think giant mutated spiders are only in the sci-fi movies, you think wrong, and this video will show you how. People in Ragasnika were shocked when one morning they saw this giant spider crawling across this hill. Luckily, it was far away from the population, so no one got harmed. But the most mysterious part is that the spider just vanished in a few minutes. Where did it go? No one knows. A scary smile. Let me give you some advice. If you're out late at night and see a tunnel on the way, it's better to turn your car around and drive as far away from the tunnel as possible, because if you don't, something like this might be waiting for you inside. This creature with the creepiest smile possible was waiting at the entrance, and whatever happened to the people, we'll never get to know because the video just ended there. An unknown insect. Okay, so what comes into your mind when you first see it? Me, being dumb, thought it was the grass walking, but it turns out to be some kind of insect, a very tiny one. Though the man who uploaded it didn't happen to have any kind of information about it, and the thing was just as unusual to him as it is to all of us. But let us know if you guys have any info on this one. A spooky creature. This hairless creature was discovered by a group of plantation workers. It had small ears, no tail, and a bald, brownish-gray body with sharp claws. The workers were frightened by its odd appearance and believed it was a supernatural entity coming to haunt them. They attacked the creature, but afterward, specialists in nature explained that it was an uncommon Malayan sun bear. The workers were rebuked for their harsh behavior, and the bear was relocated to its natural habitat in the woods. A creature in the woods. As the videographer was recording a moose by the side of the road in Gaspésie, Quebec, Canada, they noticed an oddity in the footage. Although the moose was initially the only thing in view, the viewer became curious about a strange figure on the back left of the video. The clip gained a lot of attention online, and many people made guesses about what the enigmatic figure could be, ranging from supernatural beings to extraterrestrial life forms. The question of what could be hiding in the Quebec wilderness remains unanswered, causing people to wonder. This image is taken from two videos. One which shows a ghost attempting to hide from something, and to do that he jumps into the water. This whole thing was recorded on a trail cam set nearby to look for animals. The next clip shows an alien-like figure peeking from behind the tree. If it wasn't for the glowing eyes, the figure might have gone unnoticed and considered to be just part of the tree. Something hanging from goat. In the video, a group of individuals is seen walking at night with torches and sticks while leading some goats. everything seems ordinary until you spot a white goat with an unusual object hanging from its neck. The men appear frightened by the object, which stays attached to the goat even when they attempt to take it off. Eventually, it resembles a strange shadow on the ground, swiftly heading towards the forest and vanishing. To me, it appears quite disturbing. What are your thoughts on what it might be? A ghost. Many people believe that Cannock Chase is the most haunted town in the UK due to the numerous reports of paranormal events that have occurred over the years. However, there were still some doubts until a video surfaced online featuring a girl in a white dress standing in the forest. It was later discovered that she was actually a black-eyed girl in a school uniform. The eerie footage was captured by a drone and quickly became viral, leaving millions of people, especially those residing in the vicinity, feeling uneasy. Missing prisoner. This epic video was recorded by a drone which was actually helping the police find a prisoner who somehow got away and was hiding somewhere. And well, the view the drone gave was enough for them to see the man laying in the field. As soon as he heard the drone, he knew he was in trouble. Of course, you can guess what happened next. He got caught. A zombie ghost town. It isn't always the Bigfoot and the rakes that the drones spot. Sometimes it's way more than that. Take this clip for example. These two friends were out exploring an abandoned ghost town through their drone camera, and that's when they came across this eerie sight. Zombies. Or maybe at least it looked like it. And it wasn't just one. They spotted more than one and also some people who were trying to take them down. Now, we think they're zombies, but if you have any better explanations, do let us know. A massive being. A gentleman in Mexico saw a massive creature strolling up the mountainside. To those who suspect that it might be untrue, be aware that it's not fabricated. Judging by the size of the buildings, the mountains, and the creature, it was certainly a Bigfoot walking along the hills, headed in an unknown direction. A creepy monster. This video was filmed in the UK and shows an unusual creature hopping across the road. Locals had reported seeing a strange being for months before the footage was shared, but no one believed them until they witnessed it firsthand. The identity of the creature remains a mystery, but do let us know if you guys know anything about it. Dobby. Can you decide if this spooky video captured by a family's CCTV is weird or not? They initially believed it was their son pulling a Halloween joke, dressed in a costume that had skinny legs and a head similar to Dobby from Harry Potter. However, they found out it wasn't him by comparing it to their son's appearance and even making him reenact the scene with underwear on his head. So if it wasn't their son, then what could it be? Was it just a figment of their imagination or something more ominous lurking in the darkness? A spider. This footage captures an enormous spider scaling a building. Truly a colossal creature that invokes a sense of dread. It's hard to imagine encountering such a creature in person. In fact, the image is so vivid that it may linger in my thoughts for some time to come. Although I cannot confirm its authenticity, I'm not taking any risks and will steer clear of the location where this video is filmed. Teleportation. A drone in the US captured a video that reportedly shows a man teleporting. The video starts with the man walking by the roadside, but he suddenly disappears into thin air. This raises a lot of questions, such as when he went and how he was able to do it. Unfortunately, no additional information could be uncovered. A scary woman. What are you doing if you see an abandoned church in the middle of nowhere? At least you won't be going in, right? But these guys decided to go inside and check what's happening there. And well, I guess that got what they were expecting. A creepy woman in a white dress sitting all alone. And creeping the hell out of them. Mass burial. Now, this one isn't the usual found this creature type of clip. Instead, this one shows the heartbreaking moments of a mass burial which had to happen after the recent earthquake that hit Turkey. Hundreds of unidentified people had to meet their end like that. May they all rest in peace. Amazon tribe. Back in 2016, after exploring the Amazon forest, Jose Carlos Morales came across a tribe that had not been contacted before. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Morales observed that these people had painted their bodies in a bright red hue, which may have come from crushed seeds or other sources. He mentioned that these Indian tribes had fled from other parts of the continent and settled in the Amazon rainforest near Brazil. It's amazing to think that there are still tribes out there that have never had any contact with the outside world. Loch Ness Monster. The concept of an unknown creature hiding in the deep and dark waters has always intrigued people. Although we rarely witness such sightings, sometimes they turn out to be real and mysterious, while other times they're just a fake trick. Recently, a drone flying over a lake captured an enormous figure in the water. Could it be the legendary Loch Ness Monster, or something else concealed in the depths? It's up to you to decide. Humpback whales. Whenever drones are used to capture footage of the ocean, we can witness some amazing sights from nature. Take, for example, this video where we see whales creating a spiral shape that follows the Fibonacci sequence. It's truly remarkable to observe the whales in action from the very beginning of their movements all the way up to the moment they break the surface to consume their prey inside the large air bubble rings they create. It's simply awe-inspiring. A drone ghost. Do you believe that the image of ghosts wearing white cloth and shining bodies is only limited to movies? Well, you might need to reconsider that thought. Recently, a video captured an object that appeared to be a ghost floating around and investigating an area. But as it gets closer to the camera, you'll come to realize that it's actually a drone which has been made to look like a ghost by someone, probably for Halloween. Although it's not real, it still looks impressive, don't you think? Old Car City. Old Car City, located in the United States, is a renowned junkyard covering 34 acres near White, Georgia, housing over 4,000 cars. The vast collection of cars makes it hard to look in any direction without seeing them. Visitors can walk along almost 6 miles of paths within the property, but the owner charges extra for photography. So, have you considered a photo shoot at this fascinating location? Kangaroo attack. It's not okay to harm baby animals, no matter how tiny or weak they may be. A video recently captured a mother kangaroo chasing and taking down a flying drone that was filming her adorable babies. The mother kangaroo likely saw the drone as a danger to her young and acted to keep them safe. It's unknown if the person operating the drone was able to retrieve it, but they should definitely think twice before upsetting another protective mama kangaroo. A Bigfoot. Get ready to be scared by a new sighting in Alberta, Canada. Andrew Dawson recorded a video that seems to reveal a huge being, perhaps from a tribe of giants who come from that area, strolling on top of a mountain with no clear support. The dark form is so immense that it was initially spotted by 2 commuters during their regular drive. Many people are now curious if the tales about giants in this part of the world are factual, or if something more ominous is hiding in the Alberta mountains. Sharks. The drone video displays a swimmer calmly resting on top of a group of sharks without any apparent concern for her safety. The video was captured by a tourist flying a drone off the shore of the Maldives. While snorkeling, the group spotted a gathering of nurse sharks who were mostly harmless to humans. One adventurous woman decided to join them in the water. While this is a peaceful way to connect with nature, it's also risky because a large shark could mistakenly attack and the consequences could be fatal. Bird runs on water. This man was holding a little bird who appeared to be calm at first, but as soon as the man put it down, the bird did not even wait for a second before running on the water and as far away from the man as possible. Though I should mention that this little guy is so me running away from my responsibilities. A giant wolf. Let's say you're out at night having the time of your life with your friends, and suddenly out of nowhere you get to see the massive animal coming out of the dark and staring right at you. I don't know why these guys just decided to stay there and film it. That creature's a gigantic wolf, man. Your best bet's to run for your life. A baby bird. We're all aware that nature has its unique way of functioning, but there are times we're just left shocked by the way nature makes things. For instance, take this example. This tiny bird looks like something out of a horror movie. Like it's gonna grow big and then end humanity. And can you believe it? This is what they look like when they grow up. Volcano. Recently, numerous individuals climbed a steep trail to witness an active volcano located on Iceland's Reykjanes Peninsula. Despite the danger involved, people took the risk as it's not a common occurrence to see an active volcano in all its splendor. Nevertheless, officials have declared that using a drone is a safer way to experience the site. This footage presents a picturesque view that appears to be captured on a different planet with volcanic activity. But don't let its beauty deceive you, as this natural wonder could turn into a calamity. Titanoboa. Recorded in unclear water, this footage displays a colossal snake attempting to locate an exit. Its actual size could be miscalculated, but by comparing it to nearby items, it's presumed to be roughly 40 feet in length. This video is a frightening indication that these Titanoboas may be present, conceivably concealed. Moose. Take a look at this breathtaking drone footage that captured an incredible moment in nature that most of us never got to witness. This majestic moose shed its antlers and took off into the wilderness. The drone captured the moment in stunning clarity, and you could almost feel the excitement of witnessing such a rare occurrence. This video stood out from the rest with its perfect timing, impeccable camera quality, and the sheer beauty of the natural surroundings. A drone sacrifice. Ever wondered how we get all these amazing footages of volcanoes erupting from such close angles? Well, apparently lots of drones are sacrificed in this ritual. And even though it's very sad, but the drone which gave us these amazing shots of an active volcano in Vanuatu is no more with us either. Respect for our fallen soldier. World's biggest cemetery. Take to the skies with this drone footage capturing the world's largest cemetery in Iraq. Spanning an impressive 1,485.5 acres, this sprawling site is home to over 5 million graves. From above, the enormity of this burial ground is striking, with an endless sea of tombstones stretching out in all directions. Despite its somber purpose, the sheer magnitude of this cemetery is both breathtaking and awe-inspiring. As the camera glides overhead, it's easy to imagine the stories and histories buried beneath the surface, reminding us of the significance and power of honoring those who have passed. Reindeers. Lately, some really strange animal videos have been going viral on the internet, and it's freaking people out. The latest one was shot by a drone, and it shows a bunch of reindeer walking around in a circle like they're hypnotized or something. Some folks think this is a sign from above that the world is coming to an end, or that a major natural disaster is about to go down. Nobody really knows for sure what's going on, and even the experts are stumped. An alligator. Flying a drone in for a close-up of an alligator might get you a cool shot, but it might be the last thing your drone ever sees. This is what a travel blogger in the Florida Everglades learned when she attempted to capture footage of an alligator. She flew her new drone towards the gator for a closer view. Suddenly, the alligator leaped up and bit through the drone's battery.
Suddenly.
Talk about indigestion. Sadly, the blogger lost her drone, but gained a viral video. Huntsman spider. If you're afraid of spiders, you might want to skip this part, because what's coming up next is going to give you the creeps for at least a week. It's the huntsman spider, and as its name suggests, it's one of the scariest spiders out there. Just take a look at its enormous size. If I saw one of these in my room, I'd seriously consider moving to a different country. Police drones. Although drones are considered groundbreaking technology, not everyone is fond of them. Criminals in particular are at risk of being caught due to their presence. However, it's not people catching them, but rather the Japanese police using their own drones equipped with nets to catch rogue or trespassing drones. It's quite a sight to witness the police drones apprehending other drones, and feels like something straight out of an action movie. The authorities only deploy these drones when they notice suspicious-looking drones in the sky. A Russian soldier. An astonishing video has emerged on the internet displaying the exceptional courage of a Russian soldier. The soldier caught a drone bomb dropped on him by Ukrainian forces and threw it away instantly. The soldier's swift response rescued his own life and those of others present. This occurrence reminds us of the continuing conflict between Russia and Ukraine and the bravery of soldiers risking their lives on both sides. An octomoose. Okay, now this is one trippy video which will leave you all shocked and confused. how is this even real? Walking with 8 legs with no care of anything, well, let us tell you, if you look closely, it's just 2 moose walking really close to each other. A missing kid. In September 2022, a small boy got lost in the woods as it was getting dark and more frightening. The boy had no way of escaping, but luckily the police officers had a great plan. They decided to use a thermal camera on a drone to locate the boy. After a thorough search, the drone spotted something deep in the woods. The drone then directed the police, ambulance, and fire crews to the boy's location. The crews found the boy safe and sound. An alien. This video was captured by a home security system, and it shows a man walking out of his front door and disappearing in a burst of light. This is causing everyone to question what exactly occurred to him. Some believe it could be a prank, while others speculate that it's a sign of extraterrestrial beings or a groundbreaking new invention. Regardless, it's extremely mind-boggling. The rake. Just picture yourself exploring the woods with your drone camera, enjoying the scenery, when suddenly you spot something strange out of the corner of your eye. This is exactly what happened to a YouTuber and their friend while filming nature's calm beauty. At first, they assumed it was a coyote moving behind the trees, but as they flew the drone closer, they were startled to discover it was something far more bizarre and unsettling. The creature appeared to be human-like, but moved in a very peculiar and creepy way. Even now, nobody knows what this strange figure was, but the drone footage is enough to make your skin crawl. Abandoned bicycles. Looks like China's bicycle rental companies were pedaling too hard, but didn't quite manage to stay on track. A few years ago, bike rental services flooded China's market, overestimating the demand. As a result, millions of colorful bikes were left abandoned, causing traffic and congestion. Companies couldn't control the situation, leading to closures and thousands of leftover bikes scattered everywhere. Drone footage captured bicycle graveyards in every major city, rusting away as mountains of abandoned bikes. A perfectly frozen lake. The freezing weather usually doesn't have much to offer, but this amazing ice skating video is an exception. It'll leave you in awe and a bit scared at the same time. A man from Utah captured the breathtaking drone footage of an ice skater gracefully gliding across a frozen lake. Since the skater's drone footage was posted on Instagram, thousands of people have been left speechless. Rock of Nazla. The Rock of Nazla, or as everyone calls it, Al-Nasla, is located in Saudi Arabia, and it's said that it was the aliens who cut it in half, because no human could do that. It looks like it was done with a laser or some advanced tool, but it's been around for ages, way before we had that kind of technology. So who or what actually did it? That's still a mystery waiting to be solved. Hand in Desert. The Hand of the Desert is truly an impressive sight, both in its size and location. Its mysterious presence in the midst of a vast desert landscape adds to its allure and makes it a must-see destination for travelers exploring the region. The fact that it was created over 40 years ago and still stands as a remarkable work of art is a testament to the skill and creativity of the Chilean sculptor who crafted it. And this video happened to have captured the best possible view of it. Gate to Hell. As we head towards the Turkmen Desert, the drone footage reveals a blazing gas crater commonly called the Darvaza gas crater. It's situated near the village of Darvaza and spans across 230 feet in width. The fiery pit's been on fire for more than 5 decades, emitting a fiery glow that can be witnessed from afar. Due to its long-lasting flames, it's often referred to as the Gates of Hell. The crater was initially created in the early 1970s when the ground caved in during a Soviet gas drilling mission. To prevent natural gas leakage, scientists set the enormous hole on fire, and it's been burning ever since. This image is taken from an incident which happened in August 2022. A man was swimming in the lake when an alligator sneaked up on him and almost had him dead in its strong jaws. Luckily, the man survived as he put his hand in the gator's mouth to get the beast to let him go. This whole incident was recorded on a drone and had people in shock when it hit the internet. Mud volcano. The Tavern Wildlife Park recorded an unusual volcanic event in September 2022. The phenomenon was the Lipad mud volcano, which is considered rare. Although it lasted for about 10 minutes and covered an area almost as big as a football field, it was reported to be not harmful. Strong bubbles of mud were produced, but they weren't even hot. This event resulted in the formation of mineral-rich soil, which is beneficial for animals to lick. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos.